This stream is brought to you by... Have you ever been misunderstood? A puppy in a rage monster's body? Well, we here at Trollocs Lives Matter believe there is a human inside all of us. And
they were effectively genetically engineered war tools.
TLM, because even
nightmare fuel
needs love too. And maybe a hug. Hello, I am Jave Dumpkins, founder and CEO of Trollocs Lives Matter, TLM. Thanking you for watching this advertisement. Aw, look at that little guy. Look at that little poopsie whoopsie. He's a cutie patootie, isn't he? Look at her pet that. Oh my god, the cut. Wheel of Time, you say? I have no idea. But I do love this chair. It's great. Ooh, what's that? Hey, a pine cone. Smells delightful. Let's get that out of here. Let's go. Man, my own bones are aching. I like going for a walk. Hey, that's a birdie. Look at that up there. I like birdies. Oh, what's that over there in the forest? Oh, you know what I could really go with? A tree hug. Wonderful.
Karakarn is probably the best thing that this show has ever done.
Yeah, I think so. Well, so we're gonna look at the episode 8 preview, and then we'll end the stream because I think my head blew up. I think my head exploded. My brain is melting out of my left ear. I can feel it going right down my arm. Holy shit! What a shit show! Like, what a shit show! Like it's like however bad we thought this was going to be times 20.
So my probably my first takeaway was, remember how in like season 2 they like spent the entire season doing nothing, and then in episode 8 they're like, oh crap, we have to like do all of the setup and the payoff in one episode.
Yes, that's
this episode they figured out that the problem with that approach was that they wasted so much time on the setup. So this time they just had all of the things happen like off camera between episode 6 and 7, and it's just Perrin Goldeneyes, Lord Goldeneyes,
yeah,
Lord Perrin.
Oh, hey, Wolf Banner. That doesn't look anything like the Wolf Banner. The red eagle turns into the scruffy wolf. Wolf, you say? What wolves? There are no wolves. Lord Luke? Hey, Lord Luke's standing there. Where'd he go? He disappeared. He went away. Lord Luke, who's that guy? Oh, he's just a fucking puppet standing there. What the fuck was the point of having Lord Luke? Oh, that's right. So we could have a fucking name that was in the books. That's it. Like, literally, Lord Luke is standing there holding Dane's reins. That's his fucking, like, that's his part of the show, is holding fucking Dane's horse.
He didn't even come back with
No, he didn't even come back to get killed.
So lilliterally, he just, I guess he just fucked off and went home. He was just like,
he didn't even come back to get killed. He didn't even come back.
I heard you say there are Trollocs, so yeah. I noped out.
Yeah, he didn't even come. Like, I totally thought he was just gonna get like fridged, sort of like, you know, I said that the new Wind Talker, whatever her name was, the drunk wisdom, right? Yeah. I'm like, what's the point of having a fourth channeler? Well, let's see. Let's think like the show. They need a channeler to kill.
They need a red shirt. Her. They needed a red shirt. So
yep, you know, yeah. That was her. Yep. So they redshirted her pretty good. Fuck.
Well, you know, I mean, there's another thing that they did great there, which I have to, you know what? I'm actually going to give them a little bit of praise here with the red shirt.
Okay.
The red shirt actually had the best narrative arc of the entire episode.
Oh, what? She decided to give up drinking?
Yeah, she decided to give up drinking. There was set off. Or there was setup and there was payoff. She was like, I only want to channel if I don't have to stop drinking.
There's so much.
And then she experiences how great channeling is, and she stops drinking, and then she finds the courage to sacrifice herself and have a heroic death.
dude.
I mean, like that's great. That was a good. That was a good arc. It was a good arc.
There's so much to fucking unpack. Like
I
like there's so there's so much to unpack here. Like I don't even know where to begin. Like we'll watch the preview here, but it's like Aram, a fucking sword manifests itself next to Aram so he can stab a Trolloc. What? Like where did the fucking so that's like and like they just decimated all the Trollocs by her fucking channeling. I love how they tried to nope the 3 O's. She's like, oh, dark friends, Trollocs, they're all dark. It doesn't matter. Fuck them. And I'm like, oh, really? Okay, Alana, tell yourself that, you fucking dark friend. And then they just, like, she makes it rain ice because they like clear things in the show. They decimate all of them. And then they're just like, oh, okay, I guess they stopped. Let's walk away. And then they're like, oh, shit, there's another side to the Two Rivers. And they throw a giant spear through her.
Yes.
And that's it. Nothing else happens. They just kill the other Aes Sedai or the other fucking chick, and that's it. They don't come.
I like how let's see. So they're like, oh, there's going to be deaths. People are going to be surprised by deaths. And the only death we get is the death that we'd previously already gotten and then was retconned.
But wait
the
a
only
second.
character they just killed
Loyal's not even dead. He's falling forever. Literally falling forever.
Well, no, he starved to death.
Well, yeah. So he's going to fall till he starves. He's just falling. Like, it's horrifying what they did to Loyal. It's horrifying.
Well, he'll probably have Mosh and Shin keep him company though. So he'll have someone whispering sweet nothings into his ears on the way down.
Yeah, Mosh and Shin is gonna fly down and save him because they're gonna become buddies. He's gonna be like, he's like, buddy Loyal, I am going to form a magic carpet for you. And Loyal's gonna be like, woo, woo, Mosh and Shin, buddy. And then there's gonna be a short called Mosh and Shin and Loyal best friends forever.
Oh man!
All right, let's watch the preview. Then we'll get into we'll watch this, and we'll get into the episode. Tell me if you got sound or not. Here, I'll turn it up here a little bit. Let's get the subtitles on. All right, here we go. You hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh God, All-Care Doll. Here we go. Here we go. It doesn't look like All-Care Doll to me. It just looks like Sam. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, doll.
You didn't even say it right. Why are we cheering?
These are the Shido and regular Aiel. You can tell because some of them are dressed in black.
Yes, the Black Rangers are here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Today,
who is this? Who is standing? Who is that?
I think that's Ruark. Because Ruark has like the big shoulder pads for some reason, right? Doesn't he? He has like the extra big Cadensaur. I feel like
that is All-Care Doll. It is literally a fucking hill in the desert.
This seems reasonable. Yeah.
Sure. Why not? At least there's Aiel there.
This is All-Care Doll from Wish.com.
Yeah, well, at least there was more than 5 Aiel there. Well, I'll give him that. Why is so she's underwater getting stabbed? Great.
Oh, she's gonna have to get over her block.
Tom's about to die. That was Balefire, wasn't it? It's the Balefire Rod. It's Hadi Sedai. Hadi Sedai is the first person to do Balefire. No fucking way. No fucking way they give it to Hadi Sedai. She is the first Balefire person. You gotta be
all
kidding
I want
me.
to say is that it looks like somebody called the Ghostbusters because we got ourselves a freaking proton pack over there.
This looks like a white light, right? We had to throw the purple in there, right? It's Nadi Sedai. I'm sorry, Nadi Sedai. My bad. I am remiss. Yeah, we couldn't just make it white, white hot. We had to put the purple in there. Okay, fine. How did she miss? They're 5 feet away. Why is the building not disappearing?
She's a stormtrooper.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like those boots, though. All right, here we go.
Do you know what you did in your
Oh my gosh,
They're
it's still
fucking.
happening.
They're still fucking. You have to be fucking kidding me. We're wasting time on this. Jesus, you have no time.
This is fantastic.
I made the whole world bow.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
The only one who wouldn't was me.
Yeah.
No,
sure.
yeah, you did. You did bow. You sucked his dick off regularly. What are you talking about?
It is true. I mean, that's the only thing they showed us last episode with them.
What do you mean you didn't bow to fucking Louis Theron? You're full of shit.
The closest thing to kneel for the Lord Dragon was the ending.
All right.
You're a monster.
We're finally doing the thing. It's a miracle.
But maybe he's into it though. He's like, "You're a monster, but you're my little monster.
You're a monster.
You dirty little monster."
Hey, you're a monster. Can I get a goodbye suck off real quick? I mean, just one more. Like, why not? The rent is paid in full, but just for old time's sake, Okay.
Okay, what's happening here? Let's see.
So you got Avienda, Rand.
Yep.
Why is what are we doing here?
Then there's a Gawain over on the other side.
And is that's not Ames?
Yeah, it's okay.
They're going to fight Lanfear. Fuck you.
They're summoning Lanfear.
Oh my God in heaven! Please tell me that's what they're doing. They're summoning Lanfear. Why is Lan in the room? His head's just gonna get popped. Holy shit! They're fucking summoning Lanfear. Oh, all right. That's
We underestimate how we die.
Why would you underestimate Lanfear?
Well, I mean, she's kind of friends with her, so
Well, she's a dark friend. She's taking orders from her, so this is a setup.
It is a setup. It's a trap.
It's a trap, 100%. The chiefs of the wise ones know what I saw. They saw it too.
See, there you go. Ruark with the shoulder pads.
What in the last name is going on?
So we are doing that. We're fitting the coup in here too.
Yeah,
dude,
you knew. There was zero chance that they didn't make that the finale.
This is going to be
the opening of episode 1 and the finale of episode 8 because the A plot in the Wheel of Prime. The A plot is what are these dusty old women doing in this fucking penis tower?
Pips, this is going to be the messiest episode ever.
I'm good for it.
How are they going to do all this shit in an hour and 10 minutes?
Also, can we just for a brief second here?
Vampire Queen is rocking it.
Acknowledge that. Leanne's costume is so ridiculous. Swan, though, that's the closest thing to actual human clothing that she's worn
100%
this entire time.
That's the best. That's the best outfit she's had on. You're 100% right.
If she had been dressed like this the whole time, it would have
Well, and you know why she looks normal, right? Because that's her sleeping outfit. They woke her up.
That's her nightgown.
That's her nightgown. She sleeps in her fucking. She sleeps in her cape. Oh God.
This is what.
All right, so we have these little rock thrones because everyone knows that Aiel chiefs are kings. That's they rule their clans. They have thrones.
This is also not what you were born to do, Rand. Just saying.
Yep.
Just saying. You were not born to do this. Just it's one of the things you must do, but that's not what you were born to do. There is a big difference, sir. You should figure that out real quick. All right, sorry. Why? that was man. They have nothing for Lan to do. Lan is attacking Lanfear. What? The fuck?
I just want to throw out that in the actual scene at the docks, right? You like if they were having the fight.
I guess that's true. True enough.
It's not crazy. It's just absurd that it's just him standing in a desert swinging sword. It just looks stupid in this. Anyway, yeah.
Well, because I'm assuming they sent him into the dream and she's fighting him in the dream is what this is.
Who knows, man? Like this could be like in the middle of Al Cardell. Right in the middle. This is all the clan chiefs are around watching this happen. Who the hell knows?
Sorry. Oh fuck. All right.
That's why I feel like it's so hard to make predictions for this show. Like literally, it just because it's just this happens and then this happens. There's no ever this happens. Therefore, the next thing follows. It's just
I question your taste, then, buddy. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. This was the worst episode possible. This episode sucked ass so hard. So
maybe he meant to say that he didn't hate it because he mega loathed it.
No, this is the worst
you got
episode.
The higher higher hate.
I have no idea what you're watching. If you like. So I guess that's just cements you don't like Wheel of Time because this is the worst episode ever. It's so bad.
Maybe he just really liked watching Alana get like run
skewered
through on that trollic sphere. Like maybe that could be a highlight for a lot of people. Like,
it's
just
true.
Watching that and you're just like, oh, that
her
was
getting skewered. True, very good. All right, here we go.
Is she about to just bitch slap him?
She's gonna put up her shield and block. Do the sword block with the power.
Apparently, the lightsaber Forsaken killing sword that didn't kill her the first time she got stabbed through the chest with it by Moraine is also not going to kill her.
Is that what we're doing? The power wrought sword?
I mean, that's what they introduced.
Yeah, I'm saying I still question your taste because this is one of the worst episodes of any television I've ever seen. All the plot contrivance, all the bullshit. Loyal is literally falling forever to his death. We have the most cringy moment of Maiden's kiss bullshit to try and get out of the Wookiee life debt. All the bullshit with Alana. The fight is a complete fucking nope. Like the fight is a complete fucking travesty of any sort of fighting. Sorry, yeah, okay.
Talking about that stuff once we
get. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Sorry. She's big pissed.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to protect you from Lanfear. What is going on here? This is Rand. So they're in the world of dreams. They're in the world of dreams fighting.
Lanfear would die.
Or is that her channeling the true power? I think that was her channeling the true power. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the head. Yeah.
Would die.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wait a second. Why does he not? Why is he? He's channeling without the taint.
Apparently.
Right.
Well, there's a scene with Fail, so yeah, you can see Fail's here. So maybe that's after the preview.
Right. So there's him. Where's the taint? Did they forget? They forgot to CGI it.
No. He cured the taint here.
Oh, okay. Oh, Moraine cured the taint beforehand. You mean?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, she used that's what they were doing in the room. They were curing Sidene here. That's what they're in the room there.
Oh, that's what the yeah. I know.
Yeah, that the room thing was they were curing Sidene. Yeah, that's what that was. All right.
I love that Egwene is up there in this like position of prominence. She's
Where is she?
She's over there with the wise ones. She's chilling.
Is she? Yeah, of course, because yeah, of course.
Turn your backs on me and you'll die. Oh yeah, is that Couladin behind?
That's Couladin walking over to like
Ruark. Yeah.
Why is this inspiring them to whatever?
You call me insane.
Oh, there's the rainbow. There's a rainbow.
Dude, the big ending is Moraine v. Lanfear. Fuck Rand. It's like that. That is going to be a perfect just cap to this whole fucking show. Fuck Rand. It should be Rand's episode, but no, the big finale is Lanfear v. Moraine in Tar.
Obviously. Yeah. Where is the? The Fail stuff is from this episode.
I think that's from. Yeah, I think it's this cringy shit. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, let's.
So
we watched the preview.
God. There's so much. The rainbow. Oh, this is because Lanfear's dead and everything is great. Look, yeah, you can see the greenery, right? Moraine's death is going to bring back the fields of.
You think that's what it is? I
Yeah,
think that's just the massive Aiel hanging out.
Oh, you think it might be? It's possible. It's that.
It's all the Aiel on the hilltop.
I hope it's rain, and I hope it's Moraine has brought back the greenery in the waste. That's my hope. Oh God, it's man. What to even? Oh shit! I closed it. I got to bring up the episode. So I guess. I
mean, you don't have to. We can.
Well,
just,
no, I sort of need
stream here. We don't need to go. We don't need to talk through that episode.
We probably could. Yeah. Oh God, it's so bad. It's so horrible. Okay. So, well, I guess general. If you want to go through general thoughts first, what are your general thoughts? They've heard my general thoughts already. Do you have any general overarching thoughts about this?
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. So probably general thoughts would be kind of what I said before, that they pushed all of the setup into, I guess, the time between episodes, and then they like kind of showed you a little montage of like the Two Rivers preparing for stuff.
Yeah, I
didn't have Perrin involved in much of it. Like he's just blacksmithing, but then everyone calls him Lord Perrin and Lord Goldeneyes and all that stuff. And so like it literally all of the stuff to establish him as a, as this leader, hero, whatever, they just completely get rid of all that. Yeah. And then
it's like the boat scenes where they bond, right? They skipped all the boat scenes where they all like, yeah.
Well, I don't even mean like him and Faia. I just mean like in general, like everything that would have been necessary to like, have him bring the Two Rivers in and have him acting like the leader and all that stuff. Like that just didn't happen. And then they did what I expected, which is that they still spent a bunch of time on the random side character stuff, right? So, for example, the Maiden's Kiss thing, right? You're like, they did the Maiden's Kiss thing that we predicted hilariously.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In order to, like, get rid of the Wookiee life debt, except they didn't get rid of it. They reestablished it. So that literally just wasted time. And then they spent all of the time on Aram and his grandmother and the Tuathalan, but they didn't give him the scene that I kind of predicted of having her say to him what Lewin's mother said to him and tying it back to the Aiel. So basically they wasted all of the time that Amber, in our prediction stream yesterday, they wasted all the time that Amber was like, I don't think they have time to waste on that. They did it anyway, and they just did it shittily, which is hilarious, just par for the course. And then, I mean, literally everything that happens with the battle is just absolute nonsense. Makes no sense.
Complete nonsense.
Like, it's one of those things. It's like, it's worse than, show me, or like, it's worse than just saying, have a battle set up and written and designed by people who know nothing about battle. It's actually worse than that, because it's literally like, have a battle scene written by people who didn't even watch, Helm's Deep or like,
So hold on real quick. This is our long shot of the Two Rivers. Is this how you picture the Two Rivers ever? Where all the sheep go?
Are you intending to be showing us?
Sorry. Sorry. I forgot.
That's not how I pictured the Two Rivers.
This looks better. This is a mule meme. Huh? Sorry. So he's got his dragons here. Neo the Lord Dragon. You will no. I forgot about it. Yeah. So I'll have to post this one. This one's got to go on Twitter too. So there's that one, and then he's got another one here. From the fragmentary translation of the prophecies of the dragon, author unknown. First they came for the Carhian, and I said nothing, for I am not Carrion. Then they came for the Ilianders. I said nothing, for I am not Ilian. Then they came for the Tinkers, and I said, make sure you get all the Tinkers.
Pretty good.
Very good. So hold on. Let me bring up this. So here we go. Here's the Two Rivers. Where do the sheep graze? Where are all the sheep farms? Where like it's just a village and a bunch of trees. This is not how I picture the Two Rivers personally, but I guess that's my own headcanon. I don't know.
I mean, that's just been the problem with the show's depiction of it since season 1, which they made it look like a little mountain village when it should be a village at sort of the base of the foothills into the mountains, right? That's what it's supposed to be. There's supposed to be tons of trees and stuff around the village, right? But there should be, absolutely cleared land and fields and stuff like that as well. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, Lewis, you're right. It's been. It's yeah. So we get the long shot, then we go into parents actually blacksmithing something. A wonder. Look at these pitiful armaments. Just I'm just gonna say it outright. So look at this. They didn't look they didn't even look. They're fucked. All they got to do is climb down the hill here, and they're done. They didn't they're oh Jesus Christ! It's even before they get started. This is the defense. This is the defenses they put up. Can somebody send a runner to Tam Thor, please? Now,
it's worth noting that the village is actually smaller than it was in season 1 and doesn't even have the big tree that was in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Remember there's the big tree in the middle of the green?
Yep. Yeah, where's the green?
So
there is no green.
So the thing is they rebuilt the Two Rivers set after destroying it in season 1 because they remembered that this was going to have to happen. And they built it back smaller and with fewer things.
Why they took the time? They took the time to make some fake wood spears to put over their gate. Why? Like this? What are these things above the gate? Why would it's the same thing? Like these are it's like okay, call it a nitpick all you fucking want. They are supposed to be in a rush for their fucking lives. And they're creating accent stuff for their doors. It's like what are you doing?
The biggest issue that I have if you go back, if you hit like the 10-second back thing and just see the okay. So if you look right, they kind of cleared some area out in front and like sweet, that's fine. They should have obviously cleared a lot more. There's a whole like trees encroaching right on the walls in the village on like 2 of the 3 sides there.
Plus, where'd they get all the logs for their armaments?
Yeah, exactly. And then they built that like giant sort of fence-ish that they made out of like a ton of logs all in X's, right?
Yeah, which ain't gonna hold shit.
From far away, it doesn't look like there should be anything to stand on. It looks kind of like they made a giant line of like tank traps. Yeah. When in reality, it should have just been essentially, big pikes or sort of sharpened stakes driven into the ground, angled outwards, and several rows of them. Right.
Yep. Yeah. Of course. Well, it's like they sort of tried to do with these little fucking tank busters, but like but then you also see that they've taken the time to craft metal toppers for the wooden stakes. It's like why? Like don't do that. Just carve. Just it's just stupid. It's little details like that. It's just like don't do that. Just fucking carve the wooden tree into a spike and move on. You don't need that bullshit. It's just it takes me right out of all this shit. And like this is not stopping shit. These are Trollocs.
Yeah, so on top of that, they did it obviously literally touching against the buildings, and you can see here, right? Like there's nothing to stand on the top of that wall. They have a couple little platforms behind.
They got one tower
to stand on, right? And then when they get close up and they show the fight scenes, then there's going to be people standing on top of it.
Where are all these people?
Throw grenades.
Where
they throw grenades down for some.
Where are all these people that are supposed to be here? Where are they being housed? All these people that are fighting for the Two Rivers, where are they?
Yeah, they're all hot racking inside the Wine Spring Inn. So
are they stacked? Yeah, they're just stacked on top of each other everywhere. Like, where are all these people? Mahalander, thank you for the $4.99. I think is that an ear and in lips emoji. Thank you, appreciate it. It's wild. I mean, just it's fucking wild.
See, there they are, standing on top of what? Like, are they just balancing with their anuses shoved onto the sticks? Like,
they got some platforms here or some shit. It's
but that's my point, is that they set them up like weirdly, like they're like, oh yeah, they're not really there and they wouldn't be there, but we're going to put a couple in because we need to have that for the scene. And it's like, or you just make shorter walls that are just pikes in several rows. Instead of having one row of this little X-shaped wall, you do 2 rows of spikes facing out, because your whole thing is we are archers. So you slow them down at a distance and you just rain arrows on them forever, like the books did. Like, it's, again, they literally had a script for this, and here we have someone making giant nunchucks or something like that. Like,
yeah. What is that? Reportal for $5. Good night, gentlemen. Only one more episode. Glad Dane took Perrin away at the end. Rip, Gaiman Valda burnt to crispies. Yep. I actually, I'm pretty sure everybody's right, and they're gonna work something in the rescue of Perrin and somehow in episode 8. But I like the idea that the last we see of Perrin in the show, because it's gonna get canceled, is Perrin being carted off by White Cloaks to face justice for the murder of Jeffrey Bornhold. Hopefully, hopefully that is the last scene we get of Perrin. See you later, Fadian. Have a good night or morning or whatever. I'm hoping. Well, I'm hoping that's the last scene we get of Perrin, is him being being carted off to face justice for a murder.
So I do definitely think that it would be wild to me with the amount of absolute silliness they've tried to stuff into the cringe romance between Fael and Perrin this season. It'd be wild if they don't do the payoff and have their wedding or whatever.
I don't believe it for a second either.
I think that, Amber and I talked about this on the prediction stream yesterday. Like, I think that they're going to, because they didn't do it this episode, I think they're going to have to shoehorn it in next episode, which means that in addition to everything else we saw in the preview, that they're going to have to figure out time to waste to do that. Yeah. When it's like, you could have just not had the Maiden's Kiss thing. You could have just not had the Tinkers. Like, honestly, if you're not going to do anything with the Tinkers, if Aram's just going to be the blacksmith in the Two Rivers afterwards, just don't even have them there. Like, it's just like, what are they even doing there? Yeah. So the whole thing there, a complete waste of time. We'll obviously get to that, but
and we're about to come up on this cringe thing where everyone's like, "Oh my god, the Trollocs are coming," and they're like, "No, it's just the Tinker." It's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
Which to be fair, right? The Tinker in the books, when the Tinkers showed up, there was they thought that they were coming, and I think it was like the Trollocs don't have dogs, or Trollocs don't have horses or carts, or there was a line in the books where the Tinkers show up, and originally the villagers think that they're enemies, and then that part was taken from the books, if I recall correctly. It's just super dumb to have it in the middle of the day, right? Yeah, I think in the books it happens at night.
Well, it would happen. Yeah, I have. Well, it's like it would be. It's like, it doesn't make sense. You have people on the wall, looking out. It's quite obvious it's not Trollocs. At least.
Well, then Perrin gets to squint his light brown eyes to show that he can see really well.
Right, but it's like, if you think it's enemies, that's one thing. If you think you're under attack, that's one thing. But to say that it's Trollocs is a completely different thing. You can see it's not Trollocs. It's like, you have scouts.
You're standing up on a tower, daytime, and you see people and carts approaching. It is pretty wild to say Trollocs.
Yes.
Again, all that scene really needed to be done at night, so that somebody's approaching. It could just be like, hey, something's coming. People yell like, oh, it's the Trollocs, and then Perrin could hop up on the little platform and peer into the darkness, and he could be like, it's not Trollocs, it's those are carts, it's people, and I don't know, something. But again, the people making this show don't know how things work. I can't say it any better than that.
Like, Mascom, are you going to correct anybody's form here? No? Okay, fine. No problem. Well done.
I like that some of them are using, the little pitchfork thing, and it's like, So you don't have enough time to attach a spear point onto the wooden stick. You're just going to leave wooden points, just wooden little prong points. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
but they're putting metal spikes on the stakes they're putting in the ground for no reason. Yeah, they're crafting metal for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God, so then let's see. We'll skip ahead a little bit. This is just Perrin looking around, going, and this is where we get the bell ringing, villagers shouting, and they think Trollocs are coming.
This scene would have worked fine at night. Daytime, it's stupid as shit.
Yeah, you got people up top. Like, what? Look, they're standing on, and here are your platforms that you're talking about. They're just standing on little platforms.
Totally dumb, totally ridiculous. And the reason that I think that is the case is that I think for the distant shot, I think they might have CGI'd the fence to be bigger. Because like if you look at it there, it doesn't look as tall, and yeah. I like that Sendui is alive now.
Yeah, they look. Maybe they thought this guy was a Trolloc. What do you think? You think that's what it was?
Rafe is racist enough to think that
he is extremely racist. So yeah, it's possible. Oh God! So then we get, of course, we get where did all the wagons go? By the way,
don't worry about it.
Okay, just saying. We see one wagon, but I don't know where the rest went.
Well, they had to go. They had to go to the sort of employee parking in the back.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, the overflow parking. Okay, got it. Yeah. Back. We took those trees down back there. That's overflow parking. There you go. Okay.
Again, all this stuff with the Tinkers, like if you're not going to have the tie-in between the Tinkers and the Aiel in kind of the way that I talked about, which was like that scene with Lewin was a perfect scene to have repeated with Aram, and it would have actually like been meaningful and would have like made the connection to the Aiel and the Tinkers clear. It would have actually done some good work for the show. If you're not going to do that, don't even have them here. Like this does nothing for the show other than, well, the Tinkers were there in the book, so the Tinkers are here now, which they don't do with anything else in the books. Like literally nothing else is like, well, it was in the book, so we have it in the show. They never do that. So why?
Well, right. Well, yeah. Good question. Also, what is the purpose of Bane and Chiad other than to sit around and do fucking nothing except for be horny? Like if you're giving them Gaul's storyline, why aren't they scouting and reporting back to Perrin?
Well, they did at the end of last episode, and then they come back and they with Fail, and they're like, "Hey, the Waygate."
Oh, you mean a week ago when all the Trollocs were flooding through the Waygate? A week ago? Oh, okay, yeah, a week ago. Okay, so they did the one scouting trip, and that was all. Okay, got it. Cool.
Yeah,
sweet. Good to know. Hey, Tinkerers.
Well,
you're eating all our food. We've been in here for a week, surrounded by Trollocs. Stop eating all our food, bitches.
Last week, the Waygate was a several-day trip away from Emmons Field / the two rivers in the show. This week, though, it's only 500 yards away. So they had to scout last week. This week, they don't have to scout because it's like right on the other side of the hill.
Yeah, it's just on the other side of the hill. They make it no problem. I forgot. Yeah, you're right. It's not. It's just a little jaunt. Then we find out, grandfather is dead. Of course. I don't remember what the fuck they're doing. They're making fun.
They're talking about what they would do to Aram, and then they talk about how he's a lost one, and they wouldn't.
That's right. They're busy being super horny, and then they're like, "Oh, we forgot. It's a lost one." Tuh.
Yeah, and weirdly loyal. Right. Made in hand talk.
He did.
Yeah.
Wait, right? Loyal made in hand talks?
Yeah, no. He knows it though, because they do their little sign, and then Loyal's like, I don't think he would like that very much. And then they're like, oh, well, we wouldn't do it anyway. He's a tinker. He's gross. It's right here. See, doing the thing, and then Loyal.
This is made in hand talk now.
And look at Loyal over there being like, oh shit.
He's like, oh man, you want to fuck that kid? That seems weird, guys. Why don't you have one of these cabbages? Literally, this is maiden hand talk. They're like, oh, I'd fuck that guy in the ass.
You know when you do the little like shadow puppet thing and you like make the little dog, that's kind of what it looks like she's doing there. Like, which side is the dog's head and which side is its tail?
Fucking save me, man. This is maiden hand talk. She's literally like she's fucking a dick with her other hand. It's like what
for this show it makes sense that maiden hand talk is just lewd gestures. Like the only thing that it's good for is just like I'd like to bang that dude.
It is the thing that makes it even more wild is you have actual good hand talk in Dune. Whether you like Dune or not, they do good hand talk in Dune. That just copy that.
Well, also on top of that, and I think I've said this before, they could have just used real sign language.
They could have, yeah.
Be consistent with the lore of the world if the maiden hand talk was just actual sign language. Like,
true,
they could do that, and it would actually be kind of interesting that they could like, hey, if you know sign language, you could actually like see what the maidens are saying to each other. Would be kind of an interesting thing to do, and also like better than this garbage.
True, big true. This is where we find out Alana is a horrible teacher. And this is also where we get the big fucking earth-shattering, world-breaking, show-breaking drop that they have been training for a week. So it's been a week since the end of last episode. So remember the end of last episode when all those Trollocs were flooding through the Waygate? Well, there have now been Trollocs flooding through the Waygate for a week while they get ready to, I guess, while they just let them sit here and train. And when I was streaming prior to when I got home, somebody made the comment, and I forgot who it was, but they said they hadn't watched it yet, or hadn't been watching the show because it's so bad. And they said, well, in the books the Trollocs hang out for a little bit, right? Well, the Trollocs have been hanging out, eating all the sheep, raiding farms for what, weeks, maybe months now. That's why everybody's supposed to be here in Edmonds Field right now, because the outskirts have already been under siege, and that's why the White Cloaks are here. So the Trollocs have been, harassing the Two Rivers for a long time now. So if you're flooding through the Waygate with all of those reinforcements, I'm pretty sure you're going to attack, because also Trollocs have to eat. And if you're eating all the sheep and adding more Trollocs, then they're just going to start eating each other. So they need food. Just saying.
Well, also in the books, the Two Rivers is not one tiny little village with 7 houses. It's like a whole area with like tens of thousands of people, right? They stand up a whole army and are like basically a nation by the end of the books, right? So like there's a lot of people in the Two Rivers. They're spread out. They're mostly farmers, but there's like several sort of large size villages plus an actual town in Tyron Ferry. So like there's a lot more stuff going on. There's also the whole like you have the White Cloaks that are out there raiding and actually are killing some Trollocs and doing some stuff. And you also have the other plot, which is that Thane is waiting for somebody to show up. So he's not just going in and just massacring everyone because he's hoping that Rand shows up.
Yep.
And then when he realizes that Rand's not coming and Perrin's the best he's going to do, well, yeah, fine. We'll just go kill them. Right? So he's going to burn it to the ground because Rand didn't show up to face him, basically. The show actually surprisingly gets something right with Thane saying that like he doesn't care about the Two Rivers and has no reason for being there because it literally he has no reason for being here in the show.
He has zero reason to be here, zero. But so the Wonder Twins, of course, are they just want to throw fireballs and shoot lightning, and this is when we get the new drunk. The new drunk wisdom who was we pretty much all knew that there was something weird happening with her. Why is she here? Why do they need a fourth channeler? Well, we find out it's just a fridger and killer. So it makes sense once she dies. We all sort of knew it was weird, and that's why she was here. So, so and of course, Alana is, giving her the 5th degree, and I already went over this beforehand. She is okay with everybody dying, and if she can't keep drinking. Which I found hilarious that she's like, yeah, I'll join you guys as long as I can be drunk. So I just found that interesting that she's like, everybody could die unless I can keep drinking. It's fine. Unbelievable. Let's see. Then we get to, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Depends whether I have to stop drinking or not. Oh my God. I'm glad you liked it, Mikhail. I've hold on. I've already addressed the whole 1-to-1 thing. It's not even close to 1-to-1. We never asked for that. I'm not going to go over it a million times. If you liked it, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I didn't. I thought it was trash. It wasn't even close. All the things you have to ignore to make anything work is ridiculous. It's not even close. It's all completely unearned. Fail and parents' forced relationship. I don't believe it for a second. Personally, but if you enjoy it, then great. I'm glad you enjoy it. So this is when we find out that Maxim has been training them for a week, and they still are terrible. And his plan is to tip the spears with poison, apparently. Which I guess did that plan go through the where did that plan go? I guess everybody.
That was a super stupid plan. Poison. I don't know what they were thinking here. Poison doesn't just
kill people,
drop someone dead immediately. So if your plan is the great thing about poisoned weapons is all you got to do is just scratch them. It's if you scratch a Trolloc with a poisoned weapon, he'll die. Maybe tomorrow. After he's murdered you and your family.
It's super potent Two Rivers poison though. That's what it is.
It's way more potent than even the shadow forged steel from Thakandar that Moraine was dying from 7 weeks later. Apparently, the Two Rivers poison is better. I'm sure.
It's funny how Perrin is convinced the Trollocs will attack tonight. He even makes a deal with Dane that they come tonight. Seems like a big risk accepting enemies into your own town if you aren't sure. Well, I mean, he's sure because the Tinkerers show up. So the script said when Tinkerers show up, attack is about to happen. So, I mean, what makes them think they're going to what makes Perrin think they're going to attack tonight? Because they're still causing problem in the outskirts. I mean, they've been causing problems out for everybody the whole time. Again, that's why everybody's supposed to be here. So they're just continuing to hunt people at will. So what's the difference? They've been doing that for a week apparently. So why all of a sudden are they going to attack tonight? So whatever. I mean, but I found it more interesting that it took a week for somebody to pipe up and say, "Hey, we got these longbows. We're pretty good with them. Maybe we should show you that we're good with longbows." This is also where somebody had I'm not sure why we still haven't sent a runner to get the Ibaras back here with Tam, because we need Tam back here pronto. Can we get Tam back here, please?
Well, the funny thing is that it's supposed to be Perrin's younger brother that we see him talking to several times, right?
What's that? Say it again.
Isn't it Perrin's younger brother, the black kid that we see Perrin hanging out with, and he's in the forge, and he tells him that his sword's good? And
I thought that was supposed to be Will Alcine.
I mean, he doesn't get a name. Does it say it in the little side things?
It says Will, I think, later at the end when he survives and he's cheering. I think it's called.
I thought he just walked up to him and said, "Warrior, warrior."
I mean, you could be right. I don't know. I thought I saw Will pop up on the screen, so I don't know. I'm not sure. It could be his brother.
All right.
Who
Well,
knows?
if it was Will Alcine, which again, you actually the hilarious thing is you can't tell these characters apart.
No,
Like you have no idea who any of these people are, which is hilarious. Um, I assumed that it was Perrin's family because of the way that Perrin was interacting with them, and they were helping him in the forge. And then he like has a special relationship where they keep going back to that same guy that he's like checking up on the battle and stuff.
Yeah, why not?
So if that's not his brother, well then I don't know. My guess was like you just said that like all right, Perrin's family got spirited away with Tam and Abel, right? And so then his family shows up, but no Tam and Abel. So I think unless it is Will, like you said, if it's Will Alcine, then this doesn't happen. But if it is Perrin's, brother,
it's not.
Then what is canonically true is that Tam and Abel are dead in the woods.
Yeah,
that's the show canon right now.
So no, Ban Alcine. Yeah, it's Ban and Will Alcine.
Why?
Ban Alcine. So it's
why are they having these like random like named characters?
Because there you go. Will Alcine and Ban Alcine. Because they're in the book. It's what the show does, man. They just take stuff.
They literally don't even say these people's names on camera.
No, that's what they do. Like none of it is from the books.
Sin Bowie doesn't have his name said in this episode either.
No, so right. So it's like, why do they have names? They're just random person number 5, right?
Villager number 1. Yeah.
So they could have dropped a line telling them that the wolves. Yeah. Well, what wolves? By the way, mark off your bingo boxes. The wolves don't matter. Luke doesn't matter. Why is Lord Luke a thing? There's no reason to have Lord Luke. Lord Luke is meaningless. It was all just to have an Easter egg. That guy's named Lord Luke. That's it. What a fucking tragedy. Tam and Abel should be on their way to Tar Valon. Prior to this, they should be back by now. But canonically in the show, they fucked off with Perrin's family because Perrin's family is the most important people in the Two Rivers, apparently. So Tam, their most skilled and knowledgeable warrior, and Abel, the best fighter with a staff, have fucked off with Egwene's dad as well. Off to God knows where to protect Perrin's family.
I think this is actually this and this point here about them having speaking roles. I think actually this is something we shouldn't overlook, that this entire show is a nepotism production, and there is a thing with union rules for like the film actors, or not film actors guild. That's you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the Screen Actors Guild. You have to have so many credits with speaking roles in order to like be a member of the guild and get all the union benefits and stuff. So I bet this show is 100% naming all of the extras using just names from the book and giving them one little line so that they can just keep sliding that nepotism in. Just keep on sliding it in.
Luke does appear in the episode. He holds the reins to Dane's horse, and that's it. He doesn't even come back for the fight. I thought for sure that Luke was going to get shot in the face or something stupid, like just to get rid of him. He doesn't even come back. Luke is there during the meet here. Luke is here right here for the meeting. For the White Cloak meeting. Right here.
Yeah, right there.
So this is supposed to be Lord Luke. What is the purpose of Lord Luke? Nothing. Lord Luke was for this show was the vehicle to get Fael to the Two Rivers. They wandered aimlessly to the Two Rivers. She happened to be part of Lord Luke's party, and they wandered aimlessly into the Two Rivers. And then she had all of a sudden decided, I like this Perrin guy better than I like Lord Luke and these people I've been traveling with. Fuck it.
So before you pan off this shot here, I just want to point out, I'm pretty sure that double bearded axe with the gold gilding and all that stuff, that's the axe that Perrin picked up and killed Joffrey Bornhold with.
100%. Yep.
So he's just carrying around the weapon that killed his dad.
Yep.
Which is
weird.
A choice.
Yeah. I think, to be fair, I think that was his weapon prior, or he had one similar. Dane did. I don't know.
I was
I don't know
trying
if
to
it's,
remember.
I don't know.
I thought it was a single bearded axe.
It might.
But,
I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look.
I
But I
could be
know.
wrong.
I know Dane has a similar weapon, but I think the one with all the filigree was his father's. So I'm not sure. This shit is Michael Lindahl, Lord Luke. Bullshit. No, he's not Lord Luke. He's random. He's random extra number 5. That's all he is. By the way, look, we have another fucking another Star Wars thing here where we have a gate, right? Trollocs can walk up hills, people.
No, they can't.
Look. What?
They couldn't possibly go around. It's too steep. Everyone knows that. Like, look at how steep that is.
Since when does Emmons Field have a Tarwin's Gap? Why is this Tarwin's Gap 2? I just wondering. Also, since they've been flooding Trollocs in for 2 weeks now, you didn't think maybe they might attack you from the other side? This is the only way through right here. You're telling me this is the only way through? Okay, sure.
This is a good point, because Perrin sends the Trollocs off with nowhere for them to go. So he just tells them to go burn down Taran Ferry again.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus Christ. And then we have here we have, of course, they have the conversation. Perrin offers to give himself up. Dane is actually right here completely. Why would I trust you? So I'll give Dane that. So this conversation is okay. I didn't need all the mean gestures from Fael in the back, and I didn't need Luke being there. I don't understand why Luke is even here is beyond me. I don't know, but except for maybe he doesn't even say any words, so I guess it's just for screen time they promised him. But Dane is 100% correct here. I don't, and this, for what it is, this conversation is fine.
Yeah, I mean the tension between these two characters is actually like a valid thing. And again, if they had like just recognized, hey, we have a certain amount of screen time, and so they're like, look, there's no payoff coming for it, so like let's ditch the whole thing with the Tinkers. There's no payoff coming for it, so like the Maiden's Kiss thing, no, that's gone. That's like an extra 10 minutes of runtime for just this episode, where they could have like had Perrin actually like earning the respect of the Two Rivers.
Yeah, doing something.
Like set up something with Fael and Perrin a little bit better. Or they could have like actually done the thing that I kind of predicted, which is like have an actual conclusion to this episode instead of him just walking off in handcuffs. Like there's so much shit in this, it's like 100 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. And
Mule, I have no idea. I really just think I think the writers think Perrin murdered Jeffrem. But you also have to remember they skipped the whole part they skipped the whole part with Perrin that made him a fugitive from the White Cloaks in the beginning, which was him killing the White Cloaks, protecting Egwene, basically trying to get to the steading, right? They skipped that whole scene. So they needed to give some way for tension. They just did it the worst way possible, making Perrin a cold-blooded murderer.
Yeah.
That they just literally Dane is 100% correct. Perrin basically fesses up to killing him. Like basically, he doesn't deny killing Jeffrem. He basically
he did kill him. Like I mean, totally valid for the show, right? That, like,
but he basically
my father, and Perrin's like, yeah, I did.
Perrin basically fesses up to murdering his father. So it's like, okay, good, great. Then you're gonna face your fate. That's why I think it's actually the right ending for the series, since it's going to be canceled, for Perrin to be carted off in chains to face justice.
The right ending would have been for him to get murdered right in the town square. I mean,
True.
one, put him out of his misery, you know, like the poor man also. But you know, yeah, Dane should have pulled that axe out and buried it right into his chest, right there.
We then have Bilbo Baggins writing a book. Very good.
This scene was a complete waste of everything.
Waste of time. There's no reason. We forgot. Loyal likes to write books. He's also. This isn't the book he wants to write. So you know, fuck the Dragon Reborn. We're now gonna make up a story about Perrin, because why? I don't know. We haven't seen Perrin do anything heroic yet in the series. So
and then we need to have Maxim bang Alana. That was important,
because this was necessary, because the tension is building. Oh, we gotta have let's all great, okay.
Perrin channeling the audience's reaction to the previous scene right there, like that's the face that all of us were making with the Alana scene. And
then we have this extended I don't know, but I couldn't stand this scene. I didn't believe it for a second. It
was not great. It also undercut Perrin's character once again. That like literally everyone else is doing stuff and he's sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's her natural accent or she's putting on an accent. I don't like the way she talks. That's just a personal thing, and I don't think either of them are doing each other a favor in the acting department. Just saying. That's my. I don't know if anybody agrees with me there. That's just my own personal problem. We then, of course, remember the show is incredibly horny. So Loyal decides that he wants to play Maiden's Kiss.
This scene made very little sense because I'm not really sure what Loyal was supposed to have been doing. I guess he was just like making it clear that he wasn't into them, and then they felt bad. Like it's, I don't really understand what the
ear biting debate. I must have fucking phased out. Was that during the sexy time? Was that the ear biting? Was that during sexy time between Alana and Mascom? I fucking blanked because I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Those I was so disappointed they were alive by the end of this.
Lewis C., I think the accent he was talking about was Fail's accent, not Alana's accent.
Yeah, Fail's accent bothers me. I don't particularly. I don't know if it's just how she talks or, I don't know if it's how she talks or not. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. But that's just me. Did you say? Did I? Who? Lewis C.
Yeah.
I don't even see that name. Oh, there he is. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
it was a natural accent. I wasn't talking about Alana's accent. I was talking about Fayo's. No, it's okay. No worries. That's all good. All good.
And we get what they did with the game. What isn't clear is why Loyal would have even known to like reject kissing them like that. The whole thing with Maiden's Kiss is that nobody's supposed to really know what the game is other than the maidens and the people who have been dumb enough to say that they would be willing to play it. And so I guess maybe Matt told him what the game was, except Matt was actually playing it. So how would he know they would stop if he just like kind of grunted when they tried to kiss him? Like it doesn't make any sense.
Like he won Maiden's Kiss. It's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yes. So
like, what? Oh, and then of course the bullshit, which is what Grifter's talking about. Oh, well, you saved my life now, so you're free of your Wookiee life debt.
So Grifter, the problem with this is that let's say he saw Matt playing it with him, right? They push the spears in farther if you didn't kiss well, fine. But he came up with the plan to like not kiss them at all, knowing that they would not push the spears in farther. Like it's just such a really weird thing for them to just sort of assume, like, oh yeah, this all makes sense. When again, the important thing with this game is that it literally changed nothing. They still had the Wookiee life debt to him afterwards, so they did it to remove it and then added it back. So it did nothing other than have Loyal play Maiden's Kiss for some reason.
Because show
That
horny.
was a thing that we needed to waste 2 minutes on.
Show's
right?
horny.
So
That's why we have to have Alana sex scene, and we have to have Maiden's Kiss because Maiden's Kiss is so important to everything. We have to have another scene and make up rules for Maiden's Kiss because and then of course they say, oh yeah, fuck you, we don't scout, we don't do anything, we just stand around and be horny, so we're still gonna follow you because you still haven't kissed us, so until you kiss us, we're still gonna hang out with you. And the way I was like, god damn it. And we were all like, god damn it too, because fuck it.
If they wanted to make that scene, at least somewhat somewhat worthwhile, he should have, said afterwards that Maiden's Kiss is a curious game. The only winning move is not to play. I would have laughed.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that would be good. So get a War Games. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they have no idea what toe is and how fucking any of it works. I'm surprised they didn't beat the fuck out of Loyal for incurring toe on them, right? Like somebody should have got their ass whooped. That's all I don't know. So this is when we once again start touting around this fucking bullshit picture of Matt. Even the girls realize that the Horn of Valyria looks like shit, and they start making fun of it. So that was funny.
I wonder how many times they were like, what we didn't do last season? Maybe we should just have stupid pictures of stuff and show it a bunch this time. Like, where is Perrin pulling out the like, oh, here's a picture of Rand the Dragon Reborn too? Like, where's
nobody's asking about Rand. Everybody's like, oh yeah. Oh wait, the only person that gave a shit about Rand is off fucking saving your family. That's right.
Yeah.
The best part was none of the men returned. All the protagonists' fathers were hiding. They just ran off and left the town to defend itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
The town council is actually just totally gone. The mayor's gone. The town council's gone.
Tam is gone. Tam, the guy that knows everybody back, would have been the perfect person to know about Two Rivers longbows and strategy. He used to be a war general. He's a skilled blade master. Fuck that guy. He's off protecting Perrin's family. Meanwhile, Matt's family gets burned at the stake to a crisp. Because, well, fuck Matt, right? Fuck Matt. Okay, so they make fun of the Horn of Valyria because it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So well done.
There you go. They see the Trollocs in the distance. How many times do we get the like Trollocs are attacking the village? Like it's at least like 5 times. It's super nice of the Trollocs to give them all of this like downtime kind of between things too. Like
yeah. But I thought that I thought the Trollocs were coming from the gate, not from the hill.
Well, you see, the Waygate is all the way on the top of that mountain when the Trollocs have to come from the Waygate, but it's just on the other side of the stream when the Aiel need to go to it.
This is why scouts are good too. You would know that those were Tinkerers, not Trollocs coming into your, you know what I mean?
Also, it's one of those things where like, so the amount of Trollocs we see in that shot, the amount of Trollocs in Dark Friends is like many thousands, maybe tens of thousands.
Yes.
Like if you could see them like lighting up a mountain like 20 miles away.
Yeah. No, they're screwed. They're screwed. And it's just one of those things. It's it just takes you out every time because you don't it's just so unbelievable the things that are happening, right? It's like you look at all those Trollocs. Look at all of them.
So,
and you're gonna are those well? First of all, I guess they're not Trollocs.
They're mostly dark friends. Yeah.
They're mostly dark friends because fuck the Trollocs.
Well, the Trollocs cost money. That's
Poison
they
spears.
didn't
You know
have-
what? You know what costs even more money? You know what costs more money? Fades cost more money.
I was gonna say probably what is his name? Taylor Napier. He probably cost the most money. It's just a just shove as much graft down that guy's pocket as possible.
Well, no, Tam's actor probably costs more money. Ruse Bolton, whatever, I forget what his name is.
I wish we could know what the salary for some of these actors are, because I would not at all be surprised if Maxim is like the second highest paid actor on the show.
He's probably right. I have a feeling Rafe knew.
Moraine and then him.
I have a feeling Rafe knew this shit was getting canceled, so this was just a troll season. I don't think so. He's not working. He's out of jobs. He got fired of everything. This is why he started to double down on this. Right? Yeah. I mean, he got fired from everything because of this show.
Which is good. That's
it's great. No, it's great. It's fantastic.
It's nice to see that happen. Unfortunately, like he's going to be back. You know that like 5 years from now he's going to be writing for some other show or doing something that's going to be And he probably socked away like $30 million into his
well, yeah, I mean
the slush fund from this show.
The fade fund, he called it his personal fade fund. So he just, he's like, no, we're not going to spend on, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to save money on the big fight in the Two Rivers. We're going to just throw in some dark friends in there. We're not going to do the full round of Trollocs. It'll be fine. Don't worry about the Trollocs. They're just puppy dogs. They're looking for friends anyways. So they're not really meanies. They're just looking for pals. So don't worry about the Trollocs. Yeah. We will just get dark friends and we'll save a whole bunch of money. We're not going to spend that money. We're going to keep it for parties and shit. And maybe just to boost my salary a little bit more. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, Hooker's Blow and my personal slush fund. Yeah,
there you go. Exactly. 500 or 5,000 Trollocs. That's it.
I like that she says they all burn the same, and then literally doesn't burn any of them.
Doesn't burn a single fucking one.
And then on top of that, we never even saw 500, let alone 5,000. It was like 50. It was like 50 or 500.
There was maybe if we're being generous, maybe 100 Trollocs, but I don't even think. I think 50 is probably a better number. Like maybe 50 Trollocs. The rest were all just people, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I bet if you looked closely, I bet the actors playing the like Two Rivers extras and the actors playing the Dark Friend extras were probably the same actors, just in different costumes. And they're like, all right, you're going to stand over here, you're going to hold a bow, and you're going to shoot the bow, and then we're going to film the other side, and you're going to put on a different jacket, and you're going to get hit by an arrow. That's what probably happened.
A group of people know for longbows. Let's not clear the look. Alanton, they were there for 2 weeks training on spears with poison. The longbow shift happened the day of the fight. They didn't have time. Nobody thought to tell anybody that they had these longbows that were really good and they were really good with. Nobody thought about the longbow plan, okay? So it's not their fault that their plan sucks.
I just want to bring this up here. So this person, 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. There you go. Yeah. And I just want to say that if you're listening to this, I will make a bet with you. I mean, I guess I already have bets with some other people. I don't know. You're probably not going to want to make a bet, but I think we're all pretty confident that it's going to get canceled. Like, let's just check the record here. Every single season has been approved.
No, that darn kitten's she's good peeps.
Yeah.
So she's just stating the fact. That's what Grok says. Well, Grok is full of shit. Grok is reading all the bullshit the bullshit fucking screen rant articles.
Apparently, Grok does not understand survivorship bias.
Grok's trying to sift through all the bullshit articles to find out what's real and what's not, and it can't figure it out. So it's just like failure. I don't know. Look. When the Nielsen ratings come out and it doesn't make the top 10 for its first week, it's going to be a solid cancel. It's going to be a solid no.
Is this actually true? Have we gotten to the point where the Nielsen ratings for the first week are going to be out?
I don't know if is it tomorrow, Kane? Okay, great. I hope it's tomorrow, as in Friday, or like are we today or tomorrow, Kane? Do we know?
So they do come out Friday. The Nielsen ratings. Do come out Friday.
It should be this. It should be this Friday then. It should be this Friday. It's 1 through 3 should be this Friday, I think.
I think it's going to be quite interesting to see. Narg and I both picked about the same numbers when we talked about this on Twitter, and I think we might have overestimated. I think it might be worse than even we were saying. So,
well, it can't even get in the top 4 for. I mean, it's still the top. I don't know when they refresh their list, but it's number 4 behind a show that's been done for 3 weeks. Reacher and House of David.
I love that House of David is still beating it. House of David is a great show. If you guys haven't watched House of David, you totally should. It's actually a shockingly good show, and it will like the production values are going to upset you. Like you're going to watch it and you're going to be like, why is this show this good when Amazon can't do literally anything right?
So no, you're fine, Kane. Does this show? No, Rings of Power costs way more. And that's why Rings of Power will keep going and this won't. Rings of Power is they bet the farm on Rings of Power. They spent all the money on Rings of Power. They've spent so much money on Rings of Power. It's one of those things that they can't. I don't think they can admit that it's a failure, and they have to keep going because otherwise, I don't know how they explain all the money they spent on Rings of Power. So yeah, they've spent a lot more money on Rings of Power than this show, especially since you could tell they ran out of money at the end of the season here. There's no other explanation that you could give me to why there's no Trollocs here, other than they ran out of money,
or why the Two Rivers is approximately 7 houses, or yeah.
Well, the 7 houses thing is easy to because they razzed the whole set and had to rebuild it. So that they were in a hurry. They forgot they had to come back. So, so we have our waste of time conversation with we're now doing another Helm's Deep. We get a lot of Helm's Deep in this episode too, by the way. So we're doing the get the women and children into the caves. Okay, guys. So Perrin assigns the Tinkerers, the people that are known for stealing children in the night, to take all the women and well, not the women, just the children, out of this mystery tunnel that they dug out of the Two Rivers after Winter Night.
Yes, that apparently goes approximately 7 feet away. Like.
Yeah, they just pop out. There's Trollocs still there. Sure. It's like great.
So you had weeks, or you had at least 1 week of seeing all the Trollocs coming out, and you could have just hidden in the mountains, or you could have sent the children like north the Bear Lawn or wherever. But you're going to keep them all here, and then the hour of the attack, you're going to put them into the tunnel that goes just to the other side of the creek where the Trollocs are. That's great. Yeah, good job. Good job. Also, the other side of the tunnel is like a very obvious like cave with like a torchlight in it. So they really just built a back door into the middle.
It's actually they've just backdoored themselves. If the Trollocs find that cave, they're just gonna fucking get routed even worse, right? This is where Loyal decides a week later, hey, the Trollocs have enough reinforcements. I'm going to go try and close the way gate, even though that's not possible. But we find out that actually the show does remember that people can channel into it. That's why Avocador doesn't work. So later we'll see that, Loyal does a stupid, but just saying. I can't believe he's still falling, guys. Loyal is still falling. Ugh. Poor Loyal. It's a good thing he's already dead. Is that an order? Stop it. Like that's also we're treating.
Yeah.
It's all this order shit and parents in charge. It's all unearned. He hasn't done anything leader like. And don't forget that the reason Perrin is here is he's a coward.
So the thing that I want to say about this scene is that, again, if they had just saved, don't have Alana and Maxim bang for no reason, don't have Maiden's Kiss for no reason, don't have the Tinkers for no reason, don't have the women and children in the tunnel for no reason. If they just cut those things out, and then they had done a little more establishment of the Trollocs raiding the outer areas and more villagers getting brought in by Perrin, and then building up the Two Rivers, and then having this meeting actually at the start of the episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of this would have made way more sense. And then the Lord Perrin Goldeneyes stuff, at least they would have had something where he's sending people out to go bring the villagers in from the outlying area instead of just a random.
Well, he's actually doing something Lord-like. He's actually taking charge. He hasn't taken charge of shit. All he's doing is whining. So
my point is that this scene, in its best case scenario, in the best case, most charitable interpretation of this scene is in the wrong spot. It should have been at the beginning of the episode, which also would have meant that Loyal and the maidens get sent out to close the gate as soon as they come back with the scout report, which makes way more sense. So all of this stuff would have made more sense. This is, in addition to a scripting problem, the show continues to not know how to edit together a narrative. They put scenes in the wrong places, which we've said for seasons now.
Yep. Then we get a good look at the vastness of the defense.
Yeah.
Apparently, they only had shoulder pads for Perrin.
Yep.
Not for his belly though, just his shoulders.
I'm really surprised that they didn't do the the Moraine speech to the Two Rivers people, but they instead had them sing the song again that the Two Rivers villagers don't actually know what it means.
Yeah, the Two Rivers song. Yeah, the song about Manetheren that they have no idea what the fuck they're singing. Yeah.
This is what tells me that the people making this show are too far in their own echo chamber on Twitter, because the only people who ever liked the Weep for Manetheren song are the Twitter of time types. Everybody else was this song is kind of dumb, and it's even dumber that you literally said that they don't even know what it means.
Yeah.
So yeah, we all remember this song, but none of us know what it means. The whole purpose of oral traditions and songs and stuff is to remember things. So if your people universally remember this song, you would actually remember the story that goes with it. That's how that works. So they had this super dumb thing, and then they just revisited it because it was popular on Twitter.
Yep. Because it's stupid. None of these people know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what they don't know any of this. They don't know what it means. To the point where fucking Loyal is writing down about Aemon, and they're like, "What's that?" How do you know what that song means if you don't know who? It's just, come on. I mean, I guess to be fair, it's the Aiel sitting there talking to him, isn't it? Is that what it is? Okay, so that point doesn't matter, but it's just they don't know what the fuck they're singing. They have no memory.
Loyal hums the song in the ways later.
Yeah, why?
He actually knows it because he's already gone at this point, right? He's already left. So he doesn't even hear it this time, and he wasn't there when they did it in season 1. So I guess they've been singing this for the last week. They just keep on.
Dude, I was hoping when he started singing, a tree was gonna grow out of the door. Because we did the tree singer thing once to grow a fucking tree for the Shan-Chan, and then we forgot about it. Then we get Aragorn telling Will Alcine that
Aragorn. Aragon.
We get I'm sorry, you're right. We got Aragorn. We get Aragorn. What did I say? Now you got me screwed up. Aragorn.
You said Aragon from
Sorry.
the.
We get Aragorn telling Hamar that that his sword is a good sword. Right. We get the seeds stole right directly from Helm's Deep. Hey, let me see your sword. I'm just gonna come up to you two guys. Very sharp, nice work. This is a good sword.
I feel like this confirms my theory that a lot of people were saying that Moraine got Matt's scene from Ruidian, where he like pulls out all the knives and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't think they know the books well enough to know that that's a Matt scene. I think it's just Gimli from the Two Towers going into the Hall of the Rohirrim, right? It's his scene. And so the fact that they literally are stealing more from the Two Towers, again, tells me that, like, yeah, this is just the Two Towers season of Wheel of Time.
Yeah, this whole thing is just wannabe Helm's Deep. From this to the White Cloak showing up to a horn blow to save the day, to what was there was another to look to the fucking east as the fucking the Waygate closes.
The elves arriving in the middle of the night as reinforcement.
It's all right.
Also, either the Trollocs or the Defenders have hand grenades. So, like,
oh yeah, thank God the Illuminators came to the Two Rivers. Thank God, man. So there's a bunch of Asians in the Two Rivers. That's good, no problem. And then here's the cringe song that everybody's gonna jack off to. And then we have, look at this shit. I'm sorry, dude. Just look at this.
So if you want to know exactly what this is, do you remember when the show Kenobi came out?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. The same thing.
He kills the stormtrooper because there's the laser fence across the.
Yes, that's the exact moment I'm thinking about. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing. They just go around the fucking gate. Look at this shit. They could why they could just run around it.
Everyone knows that armies can only move on dirt roads. They can't walk on the grass because they're playing a large game of the floor is lava, and so you can be on the dirt, but the grass is lava. That's actually how this works.
Also, this is why you don't have dark friends, because now you have dark friends that can shoot bows. Trollocs weren't known for, they could shoot bows, but they weren't known for that.
The Trollocs had bows because their arrows were the size of like spears and stuff. Like it talks about that. They
prefer to be, they can shoot bows, but I'm just saying like how they start sending volleys of arrows into all of them back here.
Well, the biggest issue there is that the whole thing with the Two Rivers longbow, even though this isn't like super historically accurate, like longbows were great weapons, but it's not like they were magic weapons.
Yeah.
But the idea in the book is that they're basically magic weapons, that they shoot like 3 times the distance of like anyone else's bows.
Yep.
And so the whole like having them shoot at like close range and then stepping forward and shooting again, and now you're inside the range of the other people's bows. It's like cool.
We are supposed to think all of these. Well, first of all, you have a few Trollocs here behind a bunch of men, followed by a bunch more men. They're all getting bogged down by these fucking wooden spikes.
Which
shut the fuck up.
Which they could have actually done this. So we saw the Trollocs on that little like mountain pass, right? If they had just had it more where it's like a sheer cliff on both sides, right? So like right there, you see the big rock formation, rockfall, whatever. And if there's rockfall on the other side, the little spike walls, like it kind of makes sense. I'm not like super angry about that. My issue with this scene was mostly that why do you let them get within bow shot range in order to kill them with the power, right? You kill them at max. Like the whole way you do a defense is you kill them at as far away as possible, and you keep on killing them as far away as possible, so that by the time they close with, they're thinned out, right? Yep. So Alana should have been blowing them up on the side of the mountain, should have been calling like mudslides and rock falls and all this kind of stuff, lightning, all the whole deal. and then you could have explained why there was like a manageable number of them at the end.
There's no reason that she could have blown up this mountain and caused a whole bunch of rocks to block the path,
Exactly.
and then just rain down hellfire upon them.
Yes.
Especially linked with three other women.
Exactly.
She could have taken them all out herself, honestly.
Yep. So the problem once again is not knowing like how to edit scenes in the right order. It should have been Alana blowing them up on the mountainside, doing all that stuff first. Then this happens. Then she gets hit. Then they have to retreat because now she's not blowing them up anymore. Like, yeah.
Well, and the problem is they also should have they should have taken her out up top with the like. That should have been the scene, but they're not going to do that. The scene should have been her decimating all of them, and Patton Fane sneaking up with her and on her and stabbing her with and maybe taking the other ones hostage or something. But you know this whole train of Trollocs or whatever they were, whether they're Trollocs or Dark Friends, they're all all of them should have been cannon fodder, a distraction.
Yeah. For
Patton Fane to take out the real target, which is the Aes Sedai.
I do want to point out just right here, though, that Kane is onto something, which is that they continue to accidentally, like, canonically adapt the Green Aja as being worthless. So this is actually correct.
Yes. So we then so they've now managed to sneak somehow Loyal and Bane and Chied have snuck up the hill and got to the Waygate already.
Well, like I said, it's 500 yards away when the Aiel need to get there, but it's 20 miles away when the Trollocs need to get there. So
So and of course we have our one Trolloc, and of course Dark Friends are in charge of the Trollocs because the Fade budget is gone. So of course then I sort of blacked out during the fight. So it'll be fun going over the fight. Loyal comes charging in with apparently a special hammer that he found.
I think we need to skip a full fight autopsy, or this will never be done.
Yeah. So there we have a very cringy fight where they of course just destroy everybody. And then we get back to Perrin basically, I guess, keep shooting arrows. Right? I mean, that's basically what the scenes are: is knock, draw, shoot. Just how about you just keep shooting?
Yeah, the whole thing is, you do masked volleys when you are like at the absolute limit of your range because nobody's going to be able to pick out targets. At this range, they should just be shooting dudes in the face.
The longbows are negated at this point. They don't matter. You're
also not longbows. Those are little tiny.
Well, no. What I'm saying, I agree. I'm just saying, there's no point. They're all still shooting their longbows like they're special. The thing that makes them special is their longbows. They shoot long. Now they're in close, so the special thing about the Two Rivers longbows have been negated. We get Alana.
We finally get it.
Alana lets a whole bunch of people die, and she then casts the super ice nuke. For some reason,
I really just want to understand what possible explanation they could come up with for like, all right, what we want to do is we want to let like 10% of our defenders get killed and then wipe them out with the power.
Oh, by the way, they talk through the bond, which bullshit, but I guess he could have transferred the feeling of my dick's hard. Can you? Dick's hard. I can.
I was actually going to say we're kind of lucky because what I would have expected from this show would have been for him to communicate to her. He would have had to like, all right, here, you guys hold the line for a little bit. I'm going to go just quick bust a nut real quick. And when she feels that through the bond, she'll know it.
When she feels me coom, she'll know it's time. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out
He's
where the
just
fuck she
furiously
is.
masturbating in the tree line as they
Yeah, she's just like, he's like, come on, Alana. I know you can feel this. Where is she? So I want to get where's the shot of where they are? Because I feel like they're extremely far away.
They are. Yeah, they're all the way up on the mountain that's like the cliff's edge that's overlooking the village. And then they're like a couple miles away on the mountain path. So they're probably like 5 or 10 miles separate.
Oh, come on, show. I'll try and play Link with me. I wish it would be great if she burnt them out. That would have been fantastic.
She was kind of like on the edge of burning herself out because they had to like reinforce the idea that linking lets people burn themselves out. So
okay, yeah, there we go. So where in fuck is she? So is she behind?
Yeah, you know how the faraway shots of the village has that random cliff like right behind the Wine Spring Inn?
Yeah. So
she's up on top of the cliff.
She's over with the apple blossoms or whatever, right?
Well, we don't know where the apple blossoms.
So is the city here? Is the city here? Is this where the two?
I think the city is here. Like the city is like basically underneath her right now. She's basically standing on the cliffs or like the ridge line that's
okay. Yeah, because
then later
I can see a chimney. I can see a chimney here, so you're probably right.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so how she's okay, whatever. She nails him. She's that good, man. She's that good with that ice rain.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, oh damn, Aisa die. I'm glad Alana's convinced they're all bad people. That's good. She didn't break any oaths. It's fine. All right, good deal. Here we go. I don't even know what the oaths are in the show yet. I don't. So it's like I don't know.
The defense of her warder is a thing, right? Whereas the
it's fine.
Dark Friends is not a part of the show oath, but yeah.
I just don't know what the oath is for the show anymore. So what's the point of even talking about it? They don't care, so it doesn't matter.
Very very true.
It's not worth even mentioning because they don't pay it any mind. So whatever. It's not a thing. So she nukes him. The drunk lady Wisdom decides she can't be drunk anymore. She gives up drinking. Apparently, because they kill 20 people.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, she had a good arc. She realized that channeling the one power is great. She's going to give up drinking,
and then apparently everybody is stupid and thinks that was they saw all the everybody marching down the hill and they think that's it. But thank God, Ban Alcine and Will Alcine are in this scene. Great,
yes,
love it. So we think that those 20 people that got killed in Alana's little ice rain, they ran away. So, yeah. Man, Perrin is a tactical genius. So they made a tactical retreat.
Alana walking down the hill. She says they made a tactical retreat, which the only way that she would know that is
why would she know that?
If she's able to see them around, in which case she should be killing them. They are darkspawn or shadow spawn.
Varen was so great in this part of the book. I wish they'd had Varen here instead of So why is she telling them they've made a tactical retreat? They were right there against the Trollocs. She was way back here. How does she know? What do your elf eyes see, Alana? Apparently.
Yeah. Apparently not the arrow she's about to take in the back.
Yeah. So she can. Oh, okay. So is it? Yeah. So.
Days Conger being a Banff, just apparently all women naturally know how to make this shield weave.
Yeah, I guess it's just one of those things that as soon as you know how to channel, you can make a shield.
Yeah, shield weave.
Something's off. Thanks, Perrin.
I love it. Man. Yeah, they did a tactical retreat. No, something's off. Oh.
Now he has no idea how Trollocs fight. Why? How all of a sudden is Perrin a fucking Trolloc expert? How many times has Perrin to fight Trollocs in this show? Winter Night. That's it.
I think 0 time.
Winter Night. That's it. That's it. Just this Winter Night when he killed his wife. That's it.
Yeah.
So why all of a sudden is he a Trolloc expert? I don't believe it. Just saying.
No.
She would know more about Trollocs than him living in the Borderlands.
I was trying to think if that was a line from her or not, but I think you're right. I think he's the one saying it. Yeah.
No, he says it. He says it. Because I remember going, why the fuck is Perrin a Trolloc expert? He doesn't know anything. He hasn't fought any Trollocs. She would know more. Her parents, her father fights Trollocs on the Borderlands border on probably a daily, maybe weekly basis.
I think this is probably the best argument you can make. But again, this is really having you have to do a lot of work for the show because they just haven't established, like, he is a useless character that has never done anything until this episode of the show. Yep.
Yeah, and then here we go. Like I don't want to skip it. Now, of course,
someone's controlling them, which in his mind should mean that there are some fades out there. If he knows things about Trollocs, then it should be the fades must be controlling them,
or maybe talking to some wolves about some weird shit happening.
Because she's a Borderlander, and the Borderlanders know about fades.
Yeah, he doesn't smell anything in the tree line until it's too late. You know, Perrin's just failing on every front.
Can I just bring up one more thing?
Yeah.
Which is relevant here in about 5 seconds. So Alana gets shot in the back with a Trolloc arrow, right? That's what takes her in the back. So, can Aes Sedai sense shadow spawn or not?
Yes. No?
Even in the show, they have established that Aes Sedai and warders can sense shadow spawn. And yet, arrows straight in the back. And
have they though?
Because this is actually correct. Yes, Alana continuing to take back shots is the takeaway. That's a great comment.
But so yes, they have shown that they are supposed to be able to sense shadow spawn, but they continually don't. Lan and Moraine continually do not sense shadow spawn, even though shadow spawn is right near them. Or they act after the shadow spawn have acted.
Yes, 100%. They continue to say that warders and Aes Sedai can sense.
What's wrong?
And then they.
What's wrong? Once again, Perrin. Oh yeah, behind you. What? Oh shit! Too late, man. Good job, Perrin. Well done.
Womp womp.
Man, who would have thought maybe some Trollocs got on this side of the fucking.
Gosh, how much better would this episode have been if she had just died and then Maxim had just run to his death? How much better?
Dude, he went into a battle rage and just started fucking just killing shit. That would have been so much
better. Instead of that ridiculous speech that he gives.
Yeah, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah.
Also, can you imagine? Let's just think. They've said that establishing the warder bond is such an important thing to the show that they had to waste like 17 episodes to do it. And yet here we see an Aes Sedai take a basically mortal wound, and his warder or her warder feels it, and then doesn't even immediately leave these fucking chucklefuck villagers to go and try and save her or be with her.
He knows.
He just stays up there. Yeah, he just. She'll be fine.
It's a death sentence for him. If she dies, he's gonna go crazy with bloodlust. Well, I guess the show hasn't. The show hasn't fucking figured out how to deal with any of it, other than maybe she turned the bond off so he didn't have to deal with it.
I think the only answer to this is the Dragon Ball Z stop asking questions meme.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Days, of course. This is where she gets fridged, so it all makes sense why she's here. Mascom was gasping because he's been shot in the ass. Not the way he's used to it. So thank God Ban and Will Alcine are here. They're getting more screen time. Then we get this stupid speech from Maxim. And instead of like, going to check on Alana, they just, they start shooting.
Also, I think the like running up the shields thing, like to get over it, wasn't that that was some like elf shit from Helm's Deep again, I think, right?
Yeah, somebody's finally trying to go around this shit. I'm pretty sure Trolloc could probably just rip this shit to shreds, but whatever.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this shit would not stand any chance against a Trolloc, but Trollocs have been neutered just like fucking Fades have been neutered. So, yeah. Oh, the Two Rivers Baker is here, guys. The Two Rivers Baker is here. Thank goodness.
They're only like slightly taller than humans, so I mean they probably can't get over that.
Yeah. Well, we got to throw our women extras as fodder. So the women extra dark friends need to go. This looks like a woman Trolloc sort of in terrible makeup down there. So yeah. So hey, I shot one. Can you guys also shoot one? Come on, Baker. We're gonna screw later. It's over.
It's
over. It's over. You're done.
The thing that is completely inexplicable here, right, is that so Alana is down, which means that they're not going to have any channeling to like hold them off.
Yep.
Which means that the way that this retreat happens, one of two ways: either they get overrun and like a few people make it back by running as fast as they can, or they actually do a fighting withdrawal. They don't have enough discipline. They're not well trained enough to be able to do a fighting withdrawal. But in either case, the Trollocs and Dark Friends and stuff like that should be literally 2 steps behind them. They should be right on their heels.
Yep.
There's no scenario where they like get through this pass and then give them 30 minutes to regroup.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So right, exactly. So that's the biggest problem with this whole scene right here, right? You got, besides for the facts, they're just taking Trollocs down with one arrow, and this guy's just walking. The Trollocs could be leaping over those armaments and attacking them. Like you like the complete neutering of Trollocs is ridiculous, but you're right. Right. So we cut to them going to the Waygate, right? Of course, Bane and Chiad have fucking killed everybody. They're using spears like swords again, swiping instead of stabbing. This is the fight scene that we don't want to go over because it's fucking stupid. Hey, stand here so I can cut your throat open. Great. I have no idea what the fuck that was. And the baseball swing, great job. Yeah, aren't we badass, guys? Oh yeah, we're so badass. Another fucking pussy ass Trolloc down, and off we go.
That was the extras getting yanked by the wires to be easy to kill. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, more bullshit. We then do. It's just that's just a stone piece you took off the fucking thing. That's not actually Avicendora. It's wood. It's stone.
Yeah.
We watched you take it. Like why are you showing like?
Well, the audience forgot because they were on their cell phones.
Well, and then he doesn't do anything with it. What's the point? He goes on the other side. He starts hitting it with his fucking hammer.
Yeah.
So Avicendora, what? You're always touching, you horny bitch.
Yeah.
Like Avicendora. It's gonna do nothing. I'm going in.
The funny thing again, right, is that they could have done this correct. They could have done it correctly, sort of, and had the same effect with less screen time and the same the same emotional effect. Could have been he goes through, the door is closed, he takes the leaf key off the other side.
Yeah.
And if he just took both, and then he sees the Trolloc horde coming towards him, right? And he takes the 2 leaves and he tosses them over the side, and then he just grabs his axe or his hammer and just like, I'm gonna kill Trollocs on my way out, right? And then we wouldn't have had to see anything else. It would have just been like, all right, yeah, he's dead.
But this is also, but this is the problem, and they realized they created the reason they did, and I'm pretty sure the reason they didn't do this is because they realized they created a problem with letting channelers be able to open waygates, because having him throw those leaves off the side is meaningless when a channeler just walks up and opens a waygate.
And I guess, but I'm not sure that they have. I'm not sure that still works. They've been using leaves this season, so
because Loyal makes a comment and Alana uses the waygate, so yeah.
Does Alana use the waygate, or did we just assume that she did because how else is she here?
No, they make a comment about footprints when they come out.
Yeah, that's right.
She used the waygate, so she used the waygate. We make the comment. Yeah,
she can read Ogier. Yeah.
So and he also makes the comment about much better than channeling, blah blah blah. So they just they gave him an alternate way to open up the waygate, so they can so he can actually open it now the way it's supposed to be open. But now the show has realized that channelers can open it, so we have to destroy it another way. Apparently, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's what they thought or not, but the whole Avacendora leaf bullshit doesn't mean anything.
Mule and I think are on the same page here, that they failed to actually understand the way that drama actually works, right? Like,
yeah.
Anyway,
all right. So now all of a sudden, Mascom was. So I'm gonna skip to it real quick because I have to, because it just drives me crazy. Mascom is here. Mascom is right here. Last time we see him.
Yep.
Right here. All these Trollocs, all these people. And then we come back after all the Waygate bullshit, and he is here.
And this is the point that I was saying before, that the problem that they created for themselves there is that the only way that Maxim shows back up here is the Trollocs are right behind him. There's no the White Cloaks show up. There's none of that. And their argument that, well, the White Cloaks are allowed to show up and the Two Rivers defenders are allowed to come in because Fane is controlling the Trollocs and is coming in with the White Cloaks as a what. It's like, if Fane had control of all of these Trollocs, he would not need to do literally any of that. Nope. He doesn't need to be inside the village. He just sends the Trollocs. And they even said he doesn't even give a shit about any of this. Nope. So there's no reason for him to want to be there in person. He doesn't care. It's just they undermined all of it undermines itself.
Why would you make a tactical retreat when you've broken through the line?
Yep.
We couldn't hold it. They broke through. Then all those people are dead.
And the explanation of they did a tactical retreat to let the White Cloaks through, except Fane could have killed all of the good White Cloaks before showing up into the village.
Yep.
He could have killed all of them and it would have just been bad White Cloaks showing up.
Remember, it's been a week. Fane could have, when they went to the first night they went to sleep after Fane showed up, his people could have killed all the good White Cloaks.
Yes. It's
been a week. So it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Then we have the girls trying to heal her with the arrow in her. I wonder, of course, now the healing doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because well,
the reason is that they need, so Days Conger, the new wisdom, she's dead, so there's no one to push the spear through.
Is that why?
Yeah, everyone knows that the way that you do healing in the T River is you have to push the spear all the way through.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And then you taught everybody that, right? Yeah, I forgot about that. So of course,
and you have to rub some dirt in it. You have to rub dirt into the wound. That's
you've done so much today. You stood there and let me suck your power from you to make ice rain. So don't worry that I'm just dying here. Hey, any of you men guys, you think you might be able to pull this arrow out so they can heal me? No? Okay, fuck it. Great. Like it's such a fucking lame bullshit excuse to get her off the field. And they don't even kill her. That's the worst part on top of it all. They don't even fucking kill her.
Camera.
She
gets healed off camera.
Yeah, so after all is said and done, they just they fucking choke under the pressure and can't heal her when it matters.
And then I guess hours later they managed to pull it off.
Is that what we're saying happens? And they fucking make toasted marshmallows out of Emin Valda.
Yes.
It's fucking wild, man. It's fucking wild. Oh god! So we get the Helm's Deep horn, and the elves show up for the defense of Helm's Deep. Right?
It is quite astonishing how none of them have any breastplates on again. I feel like every time we see the White Cloaks, they have different costumes and armor.
Well, different regions, right? That's what everybody keeps telling me. Different regions for different White Cloaks with different armor.
Oh, okay, yeah. They're like, so these are like the snow troopers.
Yeah, apparently. It's all bullshit, but
we need sand troopers and snow troopers, and
these are mountain troopers for they blend in with the mountains. The fins are back though, so it's all good. Everybody's got different colored fins again, so that's the important.
That is true.
We got to get those fins back in action. If the fins aren't there, you must move on. I don't know.
Well, speaking of, let's move on past this and.
Yep. Sorry. So let's see here. So they're all marching in. Of course, everybody's now cheering the white cloaks. And we get, and this is where like again. How did you get by the white? So I don't. How did you get by the Trollocs? And they're like, what Trollocs?
Hilarious. Like, at a minimum, there should be corpses everywhere, right?
Yes.
You guys rode up to this village, and like Dark Friend and Shadow Spawn corpses littered in with villagers along broken barricades. That's what you guys just rode through.
Yeah, signs of a battle. Since there was a large battle that just happened. A witch just cast a whole bunch of spells and shit. And at first I got confused because I thought Dane rode in with Pat and Fane.
No, it
was Valda. Yeah, at first I was like, why isn't Perrin reacting to Pat and Fane? But Fane comes in after. What Trollocs? It was abandoned. So apparently they ate everything real quick.
Yeah.
And then Fane comes in and everybody, we get another melee inside the town.
Yes.
And then the fireworks start.
Mm-hmm. The illuminators, they showed up.
Can I ask, were you a little curious what happened? They shot the arrow, they killed Days Conger. Break? Is that then that's it?
Yeah, so all of the Trollocs came behind that side of the village where there's a big opening in the wall and no defenders. So they kill her, they kill Days Conger, and then they retreat
again.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, just making sure. Yes. If you're following at home, it doesn't make any sense. All right. So because when you break the
Well, actually,
lines,
that was SEAL Team Trolloc. So they came in, they just did an assassination
gotcha.
on the VIPs, and
Because
then
yeah,
they withdrew.
yeah, because
Sort of like the
everybody knows when you're attacking force and you push the advantage and you break a line that you immediately retreat to let them fortify their positions again. Right?
that is actually that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Okay. So parent, of course, freaks out. Said, of course he didn't. He's a dark friend. You should. Why should he have known? Is he a mind reader? Perrin, why should he have known he was a dark friend if he just came in with a white cloak thing and was acting like a white cloak? Why should he know? There's lots of
No,
white cloaks.
because he smells like a dark friend. It's
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. I just yeah. You didn't smell him out there, Perrin, so it's your fault. Just saying. So he yells at Dane because his defense plan is shit. And then of course we get the bullshit. Hey, Tinkerers, we're all gonna die. So take the women, take the children, and run as the women hold the line.
We had our girls get it done scene.
Yeah, had to have our girls get it done scene with Egwene's mom leading the women. Apparently, I don't know. They're like, hey, they're back. Ban and Will are back, guys. Hey, more explosions because explosions. Explosions. There's 1 Trolloc, 2 Trolloc, 3 Trolloc, maybe 4 Trolloc if we're being generous. Yeah, 4 Trollocs. Awesome, great. Yeah, there's a few Trollocs mixed in there, but mostly humans. More fireworks. We're throwing illuminators. We're throwing fireworks at people because the illuminators are here. Apparently,
throwing grenades.
Unbelievable. Fucking Christ. Oh yeah. Hey, kill everybody on the wall. Good. Then this Trolloc just starts mowing down. This is Clarence Beaks. Clarence Beaks. Okay, sorry. And then of course we cut back to. I can't believe we went back to Loyal. Did you think we were going to go back to Loyal?
Again, I feel like there was kind of no point, but if they were going to go back to him, they should have done it better than this.
This is supposed to be his hero's death when he's already dead, number 1. So he's already dead. Number 2, this is ridiculous because
they couldn't even give him, like a Boromir death, which would have been better.
Yeah. Yeah, he should. If you're gonna have him close the gate, have him close the gate and then hold off the Trollocs. Now the gate isn't closed. Like, also, the gate's not closed. Just bring some wood and make a bridge.
Well, it's because he knows that it's gonna fall into nothingness when he breaks the platform.
Oh, okay, you're right. I forgot we got the explosion because the gate fell.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot.
There's no reason to have expected the gate to fall.
The gate shouldn't fall. Right.
All of this stuff is unsupported and floating in space. But I guess if you sever the connection between the other floating stuff and this floating stuff,
yeah, you gotta break the Legos, and the Lego set falls to pieces. So. Yes. Loyal is hitting a wall. So I have no idea what all this talk of Avacendora is for, because he just starts hitting the walls. And then you got Bane and Chiad outside sitting there for no reason, since there's no way in. They're sitting there for no reason, and of course a bunch of Trollocs and stuff come back to get reinforcements.
When Perrin asked them to guard his back, I thought they were going to go with him through the gate. It makes no sense. Like you said, if he's closing it from the other side, being there makes no sense.
Their job's done. Yeah, they can't get in. He's already said that side's locked. And also if he's locking it with the Avacendora leaf, all he has to do is walk in and take the other leaf, and job's done. But no, we changed our mind. Nothing to do with Avacendor at all. So fuck it. Oh, and by the way, they're just the next time we see them, they're just fine in the Two Rivers. So they just kill all those Trollocs.
Well, no, we see them get exploded, and then they're fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Do we actually see them get exploded?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I must have missed it. My bad.
They're like standing right where they are in that shot, where they're like on the steps to the waygate, and the waygate explodes, and they get tossed.
Gotcha. Okay, so then we get we get that crane scene. They come out of the cave that is just a cave.
Yep.
And the Trolloc happens to be there, which means fuck, there's now a back door into the Two Rivers. The Two Rivers is really fucked.
Yes.
Like it's like, and then on top of that, or what? So why is random Trolloc here? Is it just one Trolloc? Is he just lost?
Yeah, it's just
one random Trolloc is here.
It's the SEAL team Trolloc that killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. SEAL team Trolloc. Okay, got it. My favorite part of this is just a sword drops on the ground, and Aram does his best. Hey, look at the Tinkerers run, man! Can't they run fast? Kidnapping all those kids as they do. I wasn't sure for a second there. I thought Aram was going to kill the baby, but he doesn't. And then is this where the fucking sword just falls out of nowhere?
So I don't think it falls out of nowhere. I think that the Trolloc like body slams him, and the Trolloc goes like rolling because it like overjudged its leap, and so it's the Trolloc's own sword gets like knocked free.
Oh, is it? Okay, all right.
It's a repeat of Nynaeve killing the Trolloc with its own weapon.
Apparently, he eats this guy instead of Aram. How convenient. No, look.
Right, keep going here. So he looks up, he sees Aram. He chases after him again.
Right,
chasing after him. And then see, he like bounces into him and goes tossing.
He overshoots him. Fuck, dude, He's rolling around with that baby's fucked. By the way.
Yes, it is. 100%. So
he overshoots him
and drops his sword.
He conveniently drops his sword.
Yep.
Wow, convenient. The baby's dead. Where? Oh, okay. The Trolloc really overshot it.
Yep. Now it comes running at him, and
then Trolloc dies easy because Trollocs are known for dying easy. So
one stab and just done. Yeah.
Yep. So Trollocs are just,
Also, Aram apparently really hits the gym. The one-armed stab through, that's
this Trolloc should still be able to crush his face.
Yes.
Just saying. Stop putting your characters in these positions where they should be dead. Just stop putting them there. And that's all I have to say about that. This Trolloc, there's no reason this Trolloc, like the Shadow Spawn are way too easy to kill in this show. It's just ridiculous.
So one of the criticisms that is partially valid of the actual book series is that like the Trollocs and Fades and Shadow Spawn in general, like they have the classic like video game or TV show thing where like episode 1 they're like impossible to kill, and then by the end of the series they're like dying by the tens of thousands, super easy to kill. The problem with this show is that it never made them hard to kill.
Yep, true. Yeah, like Moraine's killing Phase by stabbing him in the face.
A bunch of women are killing them with wooden sticks.
And I look, this is like, I know this still, it still pisses me off that like she's pissed off at him for killing a Trolloc. It's like, all right, fine, but that's the Tinkerers for you. Yeah, that's not a show thing. That's just the Tinkerers are infuriating. But yeah. So Perrin is now hitting things in the face, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
With
he has a pause in here shortly.
Ooh, some fake blood.
Did we miss it? Where's the conversation with Fail telling him, "Hey, you should really go out there and fight"?
This is it right here. He's
Here we go.
like,
Yeah, he's just
well,
looking. He's staring.
to be fair, he's right. It's over.
True. Yeah.
At this point, it's over. Like the fight's over.
What should be seen is that afterwards, when he's like, "Hey, kill everything that I miss."
Yeah. No. This is coming.
The same ones that you hit, because he doesn't actually kill anything.
No,
he like knocks him to the ground and then she kills him.
Yep. He doesn't kill a single thing. She just follows him up and slashes the shit he puts on the ground.
Yeah. So he's just racking up assists, is what he's doing.
Yep. So he has a little cry. Somehow, like, you know. Jesus fucking Christ. I find all these conversations just to be just so tedious. I don't know. Just these pauses in the middle. Failure is freedom. It's just like I don't even care. It's just the way it's delivered just drives me crazy. And this, it's over. It's fucking over. Like, I don't know how are we supposed to believe that this fight is not over? They are fully in the Two Rivers, inside the walls.
I mean, half the village is burning. They're all mixed in. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, whatever. What would you give for the Two Rivers? And then we have the fake wolf head banner here, which means nothing.
I don't mind that, like, some of these conversations happen. The problem is them happening now, right? So Perrin should have had his like crisis of, faith should have been before the fight, right?
Yeah.
So he should have had, like, going out, collecting people from an outlying farm, should have seen, a farm burned down. He should have gotten the report from the scouts that they were coming through the ways. He should have had this crisis of faith that, like, everyone's going to die. What are we going to do? Then you could have had her sort of, give him a perk up buddy kind of speech, and then he could have taken charge and told them to go close the way gate and told them to go collect everyone in, and we're going to make our stand because that's what the Two Rivers do. Well, Alana could have given the explanation of the freaking, the Moraine speech to, like, harden the defenders or whatever. You could have had a lot of things that would have, like, made this episode.
Well, it's like you said, right? You remove a bunch of the stuff, and then you build what Perrin is supposed to have become here, which is a fucking figurehead of the Two Rivers because of what he's doing to try and help everybody. But it's like you said, you just have him go out to, he's going out to try and save people. He comes across the farmstead that's burning, and he has just a battle with his conscience. What are we doing? I can't do this. I'm always late. Like, I'm not. I'm just a blacksmith. I'm not accomplishing anything here. Why am blah 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 blah. But we don't do any of it.
And for an episode called Goldeneyes, that's supposed to be, about him, right? They don't make him the focus of this episode at all, which is standard for the show. I get it. Like, the boys are never the focus of the show, but it's just wild to me. Like, there's so many elements that they could have put together, and that's honestly, like, they paid for these scenes. The elements are actually there. They just needed to make minor tweaks. They needed to put them in the right order, and then there would have been something here. Like, it wouldn't have been as good as the books and all that other stuff. That's fine. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that, like, they have the right pieces to have told a coherent story that actually does have an arc and a payoff. But they jumbled it up. They put the wrong speeches at the wrong times, and it's just like, how are you this bad?
I get what you're saying. You're saying that this could have been a coherent episode, even if it's not as book accurate as we would have liked. It could have been it's like I said, it's actually what I said before, what I said before this episode released. There's no reason that this couldn't have been a good episode. Everything is here for it to be. It's a fight. It's a battle. It's supposed to be Perrin growing into a leader, or at least trying to grow into a leader, right? All the pieces are here for this to be a solid episode, and they just flub it.
Yeah.
The battle is just, it's, yes, it's not even close to the books. So just throw that away. But even on top of that, it's not even a coherent battle.
Well, I would say that the sad part is that the setup of how we got to this point would not have been very close to the books, right? The context of like why all these characters are where they are and what they're doing would not be that close. Got it. But there's no reason why the actual final defense of Emmons Field shouldn't have been close to the book.
Oh yeah.
And so they basically had all the pieces, and what it comes down to is that they couldn't help themselves.
Yep.
They had to insert all of these other things that I've been saying, like they should have just cut that, right? They had to insert all these other things, and then just incompetence. So a combination of them not being able to prevent themselves from doing their worst impulses of making it the Alana show and making it the girls get it done and doing all this other stuff. And then on top of that, just incompetence in how do you actually structure a story to make it coherent.
Yeah, 100%. Nobody imagined the Wolfhead banner looking this way, because that's not how the Wolfhead banner should look, quite frankly.
It's almost like there's a picture of it in the books.
Yeah, it's almost like, a general, crimson, I mean, I guess it's sort of red, but it's definitely not, there's no blue in there, that's for sure. But yeah, and what meaning does it have, since he has no connection to the wolves anymore? He has not talked to a single wolf this whole fucking season. Has he? Correct me if I'm wrong. Has he communicated? Aside from the Egwene's wolf dream, Egwene's dream, where she sees Hopper jumping around, Perrin has not communicated with any wolves. That's
why in the prediction stream, what I thought would happen would just be that the wolves just kind of show up,
yeah,
and again, things that you could have done if you had a couple minutes, right? So Perrin sitting there thinking like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why are they like, this isn't how Trollocs fight. Don't have that stupid scene. Have him getting flashes of images of wolves killing Trollocs in the outlying hills, right?
Yeah.
It's there's so much stuff that they neglected in their attempt to speed run all of this stuff so that they could have the 3-episode Leandrin and Tanchico arc that, next episode is going to be an absolute shit show. If this was 100 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag, the next episode is a metric ton of shit.
It's just looking at the preview for the next episode, the amount of shit they have to get done in no time, even the fucking storylines they fucked up, they have no time to complete any of them. It's fucking, they got to complete Tanchico, the Tower Coup, Al-Caradal, Couladin. They got to wrap up all that shit.
Yeah.
And probably come back here to free Perrin too.
Didn't they also say? Wasn't there a? Am I making this up? I feel like they mentioned that Kalendor and the Stone of Tyr was going to happen.
No,
they said they were talking. It's not that we didn't do Tyr; it's that we did it in a different order. He has to do stuff. Maybe that's just them talking about the season 4 that's never going to happen.
Yeah,
maybe
I think that's what they're trying to allude to, is that season 4 would be Rand going to get Kalendor.
Them trying to get a Hail Mary is like, hey, we'll tell you the plot of The Dragon Reborn if you renew us for a season.
Right. Yeah. No, my guess was maybe they end the season with Rand on a hill looking down at the Stone of Tyr or something like that. But I don't know that I don't know how they're going to do the last episode. There's just, they have no, I don't know how they're going to do it. Even for their messed up narrative, I don't know.
From a time perspective, because of what Steve just laid out, all the things they have to do, I think that you're right. From a narrative perspective, I can't imagine that they leave this season with what we saw at the end of this episode. it would just be wild to me that they did all of the relationship setup with Fail, like them literally banging in the previous time that we saw them, all of that shit with the two of them, only to like not have them get together properly at the end of this season. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see like 5 minutes of the last episode of them like freeing Perrin in a nonsensical scene, and then Fail and him getting together.
We'll have a Two Towers like wrap up scene where it's like Gandalf narrating, or not Gandalf, Samwise, narrating, to Frodo why it's worth why good is worth fighting for. We'll have that type of overview scene, and we'll see Fail freeing Perrin and them getting married or something in like a 30-second scene in the last minute.
I will say for Mule's comment here, when we watched the preview, I thought that the picture that we saw of Fail, I thought was when we got past the preview and it was on the inside the episode 7. So yes. I don't actually think the preview included Fail, which would be another indicator that Kane might be right, that we might be done. The
preview, the scene we saw with Fail is after the preview. So yeah, that's them starting the recap of this episode. So yeah, it wasn't here. So him picking up the hammer is completely meaningless. It has no meaning. I mean, it's just another checkbox to mark off. Perrin has a hammer and axe now.
I think he's dual wielding them, right? Which I think we sort of mentioned on the preview stream yesterday. I don't know if we actually put that one in as a prediction or not. So.
Well, we had seen that. You could see that in some of the previews that he had both at certain times.
That's right. So. That's why we didn't put it in.
But yeah, it's completely meaningless. The hammer and axe debate in his own, it has no meaning to Perrin in the show. So it's just another checkbox to mark. Hey, Perrin now has axe and hammer. It only took 3 seasons. Good job. And it's completely meaningless. There's no meaning behind it. So so then Perrin, goes out and, acts like he's a competent swordsman, and starts dual wielding stuff.
Kill 0 people.
Yeah, So he goes and starts throwing people on the ground, and Fail starts, killing them. And then we're holding the square.
Behind that? I think the explanation behind that is simply the lack of sufficient extras and people dressed as Trollocs and stuff like that. So they were doubling up on the he kills one, then she kills one. But if you just watch the scene, it's actually he knocks one down and she kills it.
Is that what they're supposed to be doing? Because it's very clear in the episode. He's just knocking them to the ground and she's finishing them.
I like the show supporters are going to be like, look at how like Perrin's just laying waste, and it's like
he's not.
He's just tripping them and she's killing them.
He's literally just knocking them down and she's stabbing them.
Yeah.
So we have like 10 people left in a square. It's hard to see what we're looking at, Daniel. So then we of course have Egwene's mom fucking leading a battle charge for some reason. That guy next to him, that guy next to her was having a ball. Look at him. He's having fun. He's having a great old time.
Yeah.
So, thank God we have our pikes and our, thank God we put our wooden spikes inside the walls, because that's how you set up a defense of a city. You put a bunch
you would, again, kind of defense in depth, right? You'd have an inner perimeter so that once the wall gets knocked down and they get inside, you'd have a last stand sort of thing, right? It would be around the Wine Spring Inn, so it wouldn't be in the middle of the square. It would be a half circle in front of the Wine Spring, because he laid out his battle plan of like fall back to the wall, then fall back to the square, then fall back to the Wine Spring, and then after that, they all just die.
And they don't do any of it.
and then hilariously, like all of the women are outside of the box fighting and like killing and dying, and then Perrin and Dane And basically all of the like important characters are inside the box where there's more room to get like better shots with the camera.
Yeah.
So Perrin is actually in the safest part, and he's just one Trolloc enters one at a time, and he like gets that Trolloc.
So no, I want you to pay attention here because I find it hilarious. So Perrin kills one. So Perrin kills a Trolloc there, and he kills this guy.
Well, he like knocks it back.
Well, I think he finishes him, right? But then
person, not a Trolloc, yeah.
So then, and by the way, where's his hammer? His hammer disappears. Just
the hammer's gone.
And then Faio comes right behind him and kills 3 people.
Yep.
Makes sense. And I think that's the first. I think that's the only time where they kill separate people. Is right here, because he hits the one Trolloc once and it dies
with the haft of the axe. There, if you saw, he kind of like hits him with the haft and then pulls him down with the beard, and then he kills him off camera. So he could have just smacked the dirt next to that dude. That dude could still be alive.
Yeah, and then she of course jumps up with her little daggers and is stabbing people.
Dude, the number of times that she slashes someone with a knife directly into their like breastplate or something like that, and they just like go down, hilarious.
Yeah, she died. She died right there, by the way. Just so you know, that sword went right through her. So, but she's fine. She just dodged, and then she's gonna get up and, then this spear. I don't know if that's a Two Rivers spear or not. Nope, somebody just threw it to her. Wow, great job. This guy, I don't know what he's doing, but it's gonna be fun to break this down because this is nonsense.
Yeah.
So Dane comes into the square, I guess.
Yep. So all of your main characters are in the square, and they all get to do 1v1 combat while the women are getting killed outside the square. So there you go. He's inside the square. Dane's inside the square. Perrin's inside the square.
Dude,
they all come one at a time.
The midget kills him. What?
Maxim is on the border there,
right? And the square. Who cares about the square? Who gives a shit? Everybody like kill it. Like it doesn't matter. Leave him inside the square. Fuck him.
The idea that Maxim in this sort of like closed combat thing is using a bow is just hilarious to me. That like,
and where are the explosions coming from?
Alana's death throws. She's just farting them out. She's kind of like, Again, Maxim is not even guarding Alana's like, remember when Valda walks up and like, is about to kill Alana, the witch, and Maxim is like totally fucked off in a totally different spot while his Aes Sedai is like dying on the ground. All of this is nonsense.
Push them back to where, Perrin? And then watch this Trolloc stops throwing to get stabbed.
Nice.
Terrible, just horrible.
All right, let's watch the next thing that we see is the Valda. Yeah.
So the fight I'll break down the fight another time. But then we get to Emin Valda is just wandering around apparently. And they find the one safe spot where there's no Trollocs or Dark Friends, and it just happens to be the wrong place because then the girls, of course, do their twin thing.
Yep.
And of course, Valda was fooled, and he gets torched. So we had to kill somebody. So
yeah. Again, this scene, right, should have been because first of all, didn't all the children get taken away by the Tinkers?
Oh yes, but they're not. They don't count as children.
Yeah, why are they just hanging around with the dying Aes Sedai? And then on top of that, Maxim again is nowhere near his dying Aes Sedai, so he's a shitty warder. Not that we like needed to confirm that. Maxim should have killed Valda right here, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, we get no, and of course she's laughing her ass off because Valda's just a toasted marshmallow. So there goes Emin Valda. Great, wonderful. Then we get
Perrin goes ham in order to get over to
Fane
to Fane.
This is where he just starts knocking people down, and she starts.
He has his hammer again because they shot these scenes out of order. So now he's got the hammer again.
So and she's just killing people behind him because god,
right there, slash that dude in the breastplate.
Yeah, slashes him in the breastplate. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Oh, he's down again. 1-inch. He's dead. He just got stabbed.
She probably has Two Rivers poison daggers. That's probably what we're seeing there. She just mix them and they just fall down.
It's the poison. Okay.
Or maybe she actually has the ruby hilted dagger, and that's why doesn't have it.
Maybe, right? I was waiting, man. I can't believe they didn't bring it out.
It is surprising. I would have thought also.
Oh, that's when I said Perrin died. So Perrin dies twice here. He got stabbed, and his I guess his chainmail stops it.
He's the only person with effective armor in the entire series.
Apparently, yeah. So where is it? It's here. Yeah, he just got stabbed right there. He's dead.
Yeah. So, the only person with a breastplate that works. And the funny thing is that he doesn't actually even have a breastplate. He's just wearing like football pads.
Yeah.
Just the shoulder pads.
Yeah. So he stops it with his chest, but he's okay.
Abs of steel. He's really been working on those planks.
He really has. So he takes on the two Trollocs, where of course he's dead right there. He died right there again.
I love him throwing the hammer. It's fucking just Thor with Mjolnir. Just it's so good.
Oh god! And then we get a load of bullshit. So he won't kill Fane for some reason.
Yeah, Fane apparently smells afraid. And he's like, "Oh, I have my reinforcements." And then we see the Waygate explode, right?
Yeah. So this is where we get, Loyal is now, of course, not using the Aventador like he said he was going to. So he starts beating on the wall. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to be able to do my job." So he destroys the erector set, and he does. This is another Thor moment. Breaking the Bifrost Bridge.
Yep. I guess the takeaway here is that if the Waygate Bridge falls into the nothing, then it explodes on the other side. I guess that's how that works.
I guess I don't know. We get a bunch of more.
Does it explode on this side too? Do you think? Do you think that that Boyle also gets exploded? He's falling forever and then gets exploded.
No, I think he's just falling forever. I don't know why he's yelling but then we get cringe
the power smash, and then for whatever reason, falling objects don't fall at the same rate because the Waygate falls faster than he does. So he's on his own. But it's good. It's all good. There you go.
So Loyal Neal gets to fall forever.
Yep. Sucks. And it sucks for him. All right, let's see if we can catch the screenshot of the explosion washing over the two of them on the other side.
I think it was back. So here, let me see. So he falls forever.
I don't think it's immediately after this. I think that there's the Perrin is talking more. There you go. Okay. It was.
Oh, you're right. So I somehow missed this scene. Oh, okay. Yeah, the explosion, the MacGuffin explosion saves Bane and Chiad. It just happens to kill all the Trollocs and Dark Friends. It doesn't kill them. How convenient.
Yeah, so they're literally right there getting exploded. That was them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that the first time.
See the explosion from whatever 20 miles or 500 yards, whichever one. We don't know for sure how close the Waygate is at this point. It moves, it's like the Green Man sort of thing. Like it moves.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Oh man.
The fact that you see the friggin' mushroom cloud of the Waygate go off, and then 5 minutes later they're just back and totally fine. Yeah,
they're just fine. They're okay. It just kills the Trollocs and the Dark Friend. Don't worry.
Oh man.
And then we get.
This is the dumbest
thing. Let me go. I need to get a drink of water real quick. I'll be right back. Go ahead.
All right. This has to be the dumbest thing that the show has done. The whole now he's going to negotiate with Fane. So up to this point, we have seen that he blames Fane for the murder of his wife and like the desecration of the two rivers and the Trollocs coming in here and burning everything down. So he blames Fane personally for all of this stuff. And then while he's standing there saying like, you know, we're beating you, you've lost, and Fane's only comeback is, no, I have reinforcements that are coming, which means that at this moment, in this point in the conversation, his assessment of what's happening around him is that they have won, that the tide has turned, the Trollocs and Dark Friends are all killed or about to be killed, and it's all coming up Millhouse for them. And then he sees that their reinforcements are gone, and his response is to let his wife's killer leave and take the Trollocs with them to then presumably go Trolloc some more later.
Yes, he lets Pat and Fane go because and now he's doomed hundreds of others to pain and suffering as they retreat through the countryside. Yep.
And he let his wife's murderer get away because he doesn't care about her anymore.
On top of that, I heard what you were saying. Why in the fuck does Perrin think he's winning? I don't know. They are quite obviously getting their asses routed.
I agree with you. I think that his previous comment of like, you've lost, like, that was stupid. You guys are getting your asses kicked right now. Like
they're getting their asses handed. Their square tactic in this show, you know, whether it was in the books or not, the way they did the square in this did not. It was bullshit. It didn't work. Yep. Only 3 people were in the square. It didn't fucking work.
Yeah.
So the way they built the square, it didn't work.
The town is burning and everyone's dying.
The town is burning. Everybody is fighting all around the village. There are fights breaking out. There's no organized fighting going on at all. It's just a full-on melee. And there are more Dark Friends and Trollocs than there are Two Rivers folk. You have lost.
Here you go. We actually missed the point where the Trollocs were actually linked to the Waygate.
Oh,
like the Waygate was actually a fade. I think if I can interpret Mule's comments here. So the Waygate explodes, all the Trollocs linked with the Waygate, they all fall on the ground. So now you only have the unlinked Trollocs, and that's probably
look, man. Jesus, this is a way to solve so many of these fucking problems. Just have 2 fades and he kills one, and the Trollocs go fucking crazy.
Yep.
Right, you can even if you want Fane to be in charge, have the Trollocs linked to the Fades, have the Fades get killed, or at least one of them get killed, and the other Trollocs flee in terror, seeing the other Trollocs go crazy because the Fade died.
And also, it would be somewhat canonical to have Perrin be, of the 3 boys, Perrin was the first one to actually kill a Trolloc. He did it at the start of the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
To kill a Fade rather.
Yeah.
And
he gets a lot of respect from Gaul. He gets a lot of respect, right? Yeah.
Exactly. So like the whole thing here would have been like, so you've already previously you tried to establish that Fane was something special, and he like killed and tortured that Murdral.
Yeah.
And you could have, like, I don't know, just continued to do the thing that you ham-fistedly tried to do before. And Fane could have been like the guy behind the guy, and Perrin could have killed a Murdral, and then Fane could have run away.
Also, the same thing applies to Fane. If Fane is controlling everybody, if you kill Fane and show everything going insane when you kill Fane, the same thing is accomplished. And then you walk around. That would have
infuriated me had they done that.
I mean, Fane shouldn't even be he shouldn't be acting this way. Period. But you need. This is what it's like you said. They have all the pieces to do at least a credible job. They just chose not to do it. Why are there? You have the fucking Fade stuff. You have it from the other episodes.
Yep.
Put 2 Fade. It just has to be 2, and have them kill 1, and then fucking everybody can flee, and Pat and Fane can be there, and Perrin can fucking hold him up by his neck and be like, "Go tell fucking whoever that the Two Rivers is mine" or some shit, and then just send him on his fucking way.
Yep.
But you just chose not to do it.
It definitely, they definitely can't win for trying to lose.
So he fucking he for some reason believes Fane. She's like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Even she is like, "What a pussy ass bitch."
And look at how many people are left. I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you. No. Yeah,
like 75% of the population of Two Rivers has already been killed. He is lord of 3 burned down houses and 7 villagers.
Not for a fucking second.
Yeah, there's 0.
I don't even see any people on the ground. Where are all the bodies?
Well, they get back up again. They only have so many extras.
That's
so
right.
They do the close-up shot, you get killed, and then you stand back up again for the long shot to make it look like there's lots of people still fighting. All right, let's.
And of course, then we go to the next day where apparently Alana's fine. So the girls figured out how to remove the big ass arrow and heal her. So they just suck under pressure. Alana is abandoning the White Tower. She's like, "Hey, girls, you guys are awesome. You want to go fucking travel the country and lick my pussy with Maxim?"
Before you do anything here, it should be noted that Alana is so fine that she doesn't even have a hole in her dress.
It's true. Oh, and if you notice, she's completely over Ivron because the ashes are gone. Aw.
Yep. Also, in the amount of time that she was healed and had her dress repaired, no blood, no hole, no damage whatsoever. Maxim didn't even wash his face.
True. I think he's talking about like in hand-to-hand combat, Will.
So, and yes, that's so the point is that in actual direct combat, Perrin is the first one. He like hamstrings it and then kills it in the dragon's camp at the start of the Dragon Reborn. Rand doesn't rack up Murdraw kills until later. With the sword. Yeah.
We then get Marin. Is it Marin? I always forget her name. Marin says, "Fuck your mom. You can stay here. We need a blacksmith." Master Lewin died of cancer before the show started. So
what an absolute waste. Again, if this is the thing that we do with Aram, why is he there?
He should be with Perrin right now.
No, he if this is the end point, he should just not exist. The Tinkers should not have been there.
Yep. We need a blacksmith. Fuck your mother.
Okay, we get awesome.
Then we get the Bilbo Baggins. He wrote a book thing, and then we get the fucking bullshit. Yeah, this is just another Lord of the Rings. We stole something from Lord of the Rings. He left a book before he died thing. Frodo / Bilbo, Stolen Valor. With the voiceover about Perrin instead of it actually being about the guy he really wanted to write a book about, the Dragon Reborn, who would have featured Perrin in it, but that's the book he really wanted to write. But apparently, the show remembered that Loyal liked books too late. So bullshit. The Red Eagle of Manetheren becomes a wolf. My fucking asshole.
The funny thing about this little voiceover thing, right, is again, it's like telling you all the things that you already saw, and it's like super melodramatic and garbage, whatever, right? But even more powerful, right? They find Loyal's book, and they have the thing like, I guess he knew he wasn't coming back. If he had opened it, and if they're going to steal things from the Lord of the Rings, if he had opened it and it had the note that Bilbo left about like, hey, it's your story now, like you have to finish it. that would have been an actual better, like have Loyal have written out on a little scrap and tucked it in there that like, you know, I know that I'm not coming back. You know, I need you to finish my book for me. That would have been actually a like oh shit, you know, like he died. Like
yeah, but see,
know?
but Baron sides with the Tinkerers, so Aram's a bad. So he needs to stay and be a blacksmith because Aram's like, because Perrin's like, hey, we should stop fighting, y'all.
Which is hilarious. The issue that I had with that while we were watching this is that the Tinkers will take people in. Like if you were a murderer, if you were a bad person, whatever, but you show up to the Tinker camp and you're like, I want to, you know, turn over a new leaf. I want to leave my past behind me. I want to embrace the way of the leaf, right? They recruit people. Like you can join the Tinkers, right?
Yep.
But apparently if you're a member of the Tinkers and in a like moment of crisis and whatever, if you happen to like defend yourself, then there's no coming back from that. He's banished forever. So he's going to go be a blacksmith, which is not a violent thing. Like he's allegedly like, you know, he's not going to pick up the sword and follow Perrin around at this point. Like, why couldn't he just go back to the Tinkers and be like, I feel terrible about what I did. Like, I still want to do the way of the leaf.
Yeah, it felt horrible to have to kill. It just reaffirms my feelings for the way of the leaf. Blah blah blah. Never again or some shit, right? No, we just fucking exile you. Fuck it.
Yeah. It's the the joke about like the morality of sort of like modern progressivism versus the morality of like sort of traditional Western liberalism, which is that there's no forgiveness. Like once you make a mistake in sort of, you know, modern progressivism, you're banished forever.
Yep. And then also, you know, Bane and Chiad are just there.
Yep. Totally fine.
Then we get the unearned parent Goldeneyes. And you know, this is where the villagers should have not let them leave and not let Perrin go with them. But you know, whatever. We have to have Lethael save him.
So Kane, I'm reading a bit between the lines in the way that the Tinkers are presented in the books. The way that they talk with, for example, Elias, as well as some other characters in the books, make it, in my opinion, pretty obvious that they take people in who embrace the way of the leaf. There's also the story about like the Tinkers taking people's children and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense in a world where the Tinkers recruit people into the way of the leaf, and then now they travel along with them. So the idea being that they're sort of an evangelical group where they go out, they try and recruit people to their cause, I think is canonical. I don't think that there is a line in the books where the Tinkers say, yeah, we've recruited criminals before and now they, you know, embrace the way of the leaf. But, you know,
I just, you know, all the Aram stuff in here was just, you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need it. It was just another checkbox. Hey, Aram's here in the books. He does a thing.
Yep.
And then we don't even do the thing right. So, you know, it's just one of those things.
It's also there's that weird little smile that shoot, what's her name? Rain's wife Ilya or whatever. The little smile she gives when Perrin turns himself in because, like, you know, the violence continues until someone decides to end it or whatever his line was, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, look at him embracing the way of the leaf.
Yeah. The amount of things he killed just a minute ago.
So Perrin's just going around just killing left, right, and center.
Yeah.
But he says
the thing. Yeah, he says the thing. So it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, but he wasn't currently a member, Pip. So it's okay that he did all the killing. Now he wants to say the thing, so it's okay.
Yeah. But meanwhile, her grandson, the only surviving member of her family, the son of her raped and murdered daughter, is banished forever. Like, no forgiveness.
They don't, and they obviously the Two Rivers folk don't feel too much loyalty to Perrin because they let him leave. So, you know,
they do chant. They do, Lord Perrin, Lord Perrin.
Yeah, they chant as he goes to get executed. They instead of like, you know, I don't know, not letting them leave with him. But you know,
I do. Can we just talk once more that they did the thing, which is they made the White Cloaks the good guys again.
Yep. Yeah. The White Cloak saved the day. Yep. The White Cloak saved the day.
Oh man, I love it. I love it so much that the show literally can't help but recognize that like these based chads are in fact based and chads.
Well, and hold on. So and look and this is look at the amount of Two Rivers people here compared to the White Cloaks.
Yeah.
They could have stopped him from taking Perrin.
They could have, but Perrin told him not to.
If they really well, he did in the book too, but they said fuck you, you're not going.
Well, because in the books they didn't honor their agreement. They didn't fight.
That's true.
Meanwhile,
that's also true.
They showed up and they fought and are actually. I mean, sure, Padden Fane snuck in with them, but like the reason that the Trollocs and the Dark Friends didn't win is because they had the good White Cloaks. So I didn't even put that together. So thank you. So the White Cloaks, instead of not participating, they did participate, upheld their end of the bargain. So Perrin is now forced to uphold his end of the bargain. So that means when we get the fucking 2-second scene at the end of the next episode, Fayo's gonna be like, well, fuck the White Cloaks. We're actually baddies. You're coming with us. And the White Cloaks are gonna be once again proved right. And if they free Perrin and he actually leaves, it'll show that he is also betraying his own senses of morals and value, because he did actually admit, like, no, you're right, I did kill your dad, and like I do accept that, like I have to, like justice has to be served, right? And so later when someone breaks him out, and he's like, all right, cool, I guess I will leave. Like, joke's on you guys. You thought that I was going with you? Like, ha. Yep. So.
Fucking, yeah. So they backed themselves into this fucking corner where they have to make the Two Rivers people the bad guys to get Perrin free. Unbelievable. Once again, the White Cloaks come out on top. It's wild that they don't see that they're doing this.
Honestly, I wonder if they don't see that they're doing this. I think that even the writer's room is like sitting there thinking that the White Cloaks are right. And all of them hate the fact that they've had to sell their souls to make this show. And so they're sneaking in a secret subliminal message.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
because the White Cloaks come to the rescue. The horn, the horn in the middle of the fight to fucking save the day. Unbelievable.
Here you go. This is how they will they'll get around this problem. Is that Padden Fane and the Trollocs will actually, he's not going to honor his word, shockingly, and they're gonna attack the White Cloaks and kill all of them. And Dane is going to get murdered, and Perrin is going to be the lone survivor. And then he's going to be like, well, I tried to do the right thing, so now I'm just going to go back.
Yeah, maybe. Well, the good thing is we're never going to get there. So right now, if this ends without a little stinger at the end of episode 8, freeing Perrin, canonically, the show ends with Perrin paying for his crimes of murder against Jeffrey Bornhold with his life.
I'm excited for when the cancellation announcement happens in approximately a week and a half.
Yeah,
I'm excited. It might be a couple weeks. They might wait until like the last viewership numbers kind of trickle in for the final episode. So maybe we got like 2-3 weeks before the cancellation happens. But when the cancellation announcement happens, I'm excited to do a stream where we just do a roll up of like all of the main characters and where they are at the end of episode 8.
Yep.
And like what the show canon is, and it'll be like, this dude's gay, this dude's dead, this dude's a simp, this person has no path forward to their actual plot.
It's pretty amazing that show canon right now is Perrin gets executed for murder.
Yeah.
If it stays this way, that's where Perrin's story ends. He's gonna be executed for murder. So that's why I hope we don't get a little stinger of Fayo saving him, because right now it ends actually where it should, with Perrin being brought to justice.
But, yeah, and I think that this is 100% correct, that the show canon will also end with Dane Bornhold and the White Cloaks having done nothing wrong.
So far, they haven't. Right? They haven't done right. It's crazy. Oh, but by the way, there's Luke again. He did nothing. Why does Lord Luke exist? Who knows? Didn't even come to fight. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Man, almost 3 hours.
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean,
well, have fun doing the fight breakdowns and the longer review.
It's crazy how much I mean, I think he said it best. Honestly, is all the pieces were there for them to put a coherent storyline together, and they just didn't do it.
To the extent that, and some of you guys may be familiar with the Wheel of Time fan edit guy on Twitter. He actually sent me his season 2, and I forgot, and now I need to remember to watch his fan edit to see what he did with it. But the fan edit of this episode could actually be decent. Like it's possible that the fan edit of this episode could actually be decent.
I don't. Maybe it could be better, but I feel like there's just too much. There's just too much. He's gonna have to cut so much to make it work.
Yeah. Mainly is just gonna be you're just gonna cut stuff. It'll be 15% shorter. Things that you would cut, right? So we won't see Alana and Maxim talking the next day. Like Alana will be dead. Valda's burning body. Alana is dead. So like there's some stuff there, but I just mean in terms of like being able to use literally what they showed us, re-edit the order of some scenes, and all of a sudden there could be at least a coherent line of like how the attack and defense actually worked, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me that like this episode could have been better just in the editing room.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not saying it's going to be good. Like I'm not trying to say
no. I see what you're saying. That it could have been better. I'm not saying good either, but like just removing all the Alana bullshit, removing the Maiden's Kiss shit. Hell, probably move it. Well, you can't remove. Well, I guess you probably could remove all the parent stuff, or not all the parent stuff, all the Loyal stuff, because the Waygate just the Waygate is used as bullshit because the reinforcement should already be there. So. He's just there to close a Waygate that doesn't need to be closed. They should have plenty of numbers. You
could with the with Loyal and Bane and Shiad, right? You could just have. You could cut out the Maiden's Kiss. You could just have them being told to go to the gate. Yep. You could just have Loyal go into the gate and the door is closed behind him, and then just don't show that again. And then in the conversation where like Perrin's like, call back your army, you just don't show the scene where he like looks up and sees the explosion and all that garbage. You just have like, you smell afraid and like, you've lost. You could just cut that conversation down. Yeah. Although it's still, unfortunately, you're still left with the idea that he frees them. I guess you could you could splice together maybe the scene where he like axes the other dude on the ground. You could just splice together a cut where it looks kind of like he kills Ben Thane, and then all of the Trollocs run away.
I was Staplebo. I was going to ask you if you really wanted to know, but Mules, there you go, Mules. Yes, Loyal is still falling. Yes, he is falling forever. So yes, Loyal is well. So technically, he's not dead. He's just falling until he starves. So. Who knows how long that's going to take, but he's still falling. He did it to himself, buddy. He broke the ground. So he broke the ground to break the Waygate. So yep, nope, no Masha Shin. Masha Shin does not exist. Masha Shin does not exist in this dojo. There was no therapist stuff in this episode. So
Stable, all you gotta think in your mind is that he's standing there on the platform with the Waygate, and there's the bridge, and on the other side is the horde of orcs that are all coming after him, and he says, "You shall not pass," and he strikes the bridge with a hammer, and the bridge collapses, and then he falls, and he fights the Balrog on the way down.
Yep. There you go. Only he's fighting the Waygate on the way down. Yeah.
He's fighting the Waygate on the way down, and I guess he wins because the Waygate explodes.
Yep. Apparently, yeah. Apparently, yeah. Oh God, it was bad. Yeah, you are. It's not good. It's some of the a lot of it is so big editing problem, bad storytelling as well in there, but they're like it would to make all the cuts to make a coherent episode would probably be a half-hour episode instead of an hour. To make it coherent. That again, we're not saying good. We're just saying to make it actually have a through line that makes sense.
And this is mainly the cuts that I'm talking about would be to put the scene where Perrin like seemingly exercises a little bit of leadership and like rallies the defenders and gives out tasks of like how we're going to defend the village. That needed to come before people calling him Lord Perrin Goldeneyes and putting up his wolf's head banner.
We do none of the work to make Lord Perrin a thing. None of the work is done to make anybody revere Perrin. Perrin is just, we come back. It's just like the same thing they do in the first few episodes with the boat ride. Everybody just got to know each other on this boat ride that we were a part of. And we didn't get to see any of it. It's the same thing happens in this episode. Everybody just loves Perrin and reveres him, and he's the greatest. And we have not seen any reason why, because to the viewer, he's done shit. So it makes no sense to us.
That is exactly correct.
Yep. So I think so I may be back later tonight to go over it again. So
you're a braver man than I.
Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So it's good to get one during the evening, so anybody that wasn't around could join in. But
200 people watching right now between, I guess.
Well, that's I don't know. The Twitter guy things are usually bot stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. So, but no, we look for how early it is. We had a good turnout, so it's always it's nice. So thank you guys for hanging out, and
you got chat, I think, right?
What's that?
You got at least one super chat too.
Yeah, I got a few super chats. Mulholland and Brian gave super chats, so thank you. But and then just the setup for episode 8. I don't even know. I don't even know. Trying to figure out what's going to happen. Ooh, man.
The answer to what's going to happen in episode 8 is everything and nothing.
Yeah.
It's again, it's 100 pounds of shit, or like it's a metric ton of shit in a 5-pound bag.
Yeah,
they've shown us what they've shown us the Tower Coup, the Alcardal, the Tanchico. That's not happening.
Yeah, Nadi Sadai is using the balefire rod, so we saw that too. So yep. So it's gonna be a fucking disaster. But hey, we get to hear. We're gonna get to hear a bunch of fucking people kissing this episode's ass because hey, they were fighting stuff. It's not good. It's terrible. I don't know about the worst episode ever, but it's not good. It's not good. Let's see. What did the poll say? It's about 50-50. There were 67 votes. Wow, holy shit. So it's about 60-60, 50-50.
Is in there for me in like most disappointing episodes.
Yeah.
Not worst episodes.
This was a failure of an episode, but I don't know about the worst. Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment of what you said. It was a disappointment, but there are far worse episodes, but this just was. It was just a bunch of nonsense and a bunch of people putting together a war scene that have no idea how to construct a war scene. We looked at it, Staple Bow. It's not good. It's not good.
It's not just that. They don't know how to set up stakes and drama. There's so many problems and you're right that there's going to be all these people who are just slobbering and kissing this episode's ass, and it's just like, why are standards so low? There are so many super obvious things that should have been done to make this episode better, even at what it was trying to do. Like, again, not even trying to say, let's change it and be more like the book and let's fix the like problems. Literally just do the exact same thing that the show is trying to do. And it's obvious how you could have done it better.
Well, there's several places where the episode breaks.
I know.
It just breaks. Like one clear one is when they lose the fucking when they lose the choke point.
Or like you brought up, when Days Conger, when she gets killed, and then like
nobody
ever comes through that gap.
Yeah, there's a trap laid for him. They get rid of an Aes Sedai, and they injure one mortally, what should have been mortally, and just nothing happens after that. It's like, well, what the fuck? Like, are they just like sitting in the trees? Like, why aren't they, like, what are they doing?
If only Ivan had Ilana's superpower of having none of her vital organs in their normal places.
Yeah, so like there's several points in this episode where the whole narrative breaks because they wanted to move on. Hey, we couldn't hold the line, but your two rivers guys, they fought valiantly. Okay, does that mean they're all dead, Maxim, or like, oh no, they're here? Well, so the Trollocs broke your line and then retreated? That's not how this shit works. That's not how it works. You break the line, you push, and you kill all the people that are retreating, especially Trollocs.
And the silly thing is that they broke the narrative and the flow of the story for dumb things, like going back to Loyal after we had already sort of assumed that Loyal was dead, right? Like he goes in, the gate closes behind him, and it's like, all right, cool. He's sealing it from the other side. Like,
yep. I couldn't believe we went back to Loyal after that. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
I mean, the setup for what we were told was happening was that tons of Trolloc reinforcements are coming through the ways. So he's going to get on the other side of the waygate, facing an army of Trollocs, and close the door behind him. That's what happened. And then we had to get shown it happening 2 more times.
Did Perrin actually think he was going to make it after sending
Perrin
him to his
is
death?
the dumbest person in the entire world. So
is that what we're supposed to take from that? Is that he thought Loyal was really going to make it through the Horde of Trollocs?
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yep.
It's like we all knew he was being. It was like, oh, he's sending him to his death. Hell, I called a stream. Perrin sends Loyal to die. From the preview, and he's like, I told him to go home. Why did he fucking blow up the waygate? It's like, dude, you sent him to do it.
Kane, you should remember though that Loyal's already died once at the end of a season and come back and been fine, and no one talked about it. So
he's just a zombie. Don't worry about it.
That's not actually the longing that made him look like shit this season.
Wait a second. Hold on, Pips. If Perrin's a zombie, he doesn't need to eat.
If Loyal's a zombie, you mean?
If Loyal's a zombie, he doesn't. He is gonna fall forever. He doesn't have to eat. Yeah. He's a zombie.
Yeah.
Holy shit. He is gonna fall forever. Oh no.
No, he's gonna land. He's gonna land on another platform and then he's gonna hop out.
He's just gonna be okay. Next episode, he just hops out of Waygate and looks around. He's like, "Oh man, a steading, awesome." Or he jumped through the falling Waygate and it came out on the other side somewhere else. There you go. Fuck it.
Yeah, Mule's correct.
Yeah. Oh god, I love it. All right, well, thank you everybody for hanging out, and we'll probably see you later today at some point. But thanks for hanging out, Staple Bow. Good luck. Anybody that needs to watch it, good luck. And basically, Loyal gets the Golem treatment, basically. Hey, and Staple Bow, just so you know, just so you're keeping score. 0 fades. No fades. The Attack of the Two Rivers, no fades, not a single one. So, So enjoy. And we will be talking more about it at length. I'll have a review and probably another stream, hopefully tonight. And we will see you all then, hopefully. Bye. Yeah. Thanks again. Thanks, Pips.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for everybody who watched it with us and showed up.
Yeah, man. It's always fun. So episode 8 coming soon. Holy shit. Yeah.
Gird thy loins.
Gird thy loins. That's the fuck. Yes, absolutely. So, all right. We'll see y'all then. Probably before then too, but bye.